Blib, 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 blib. Talking about the current topic. As you can tell by this show, I'm not good at it. Where's that money coming from? Nobody asked that. But I wanted to bring up something first. Ding, ding, ding. You know, this is why we can't have nice things. It's really important to know what's going on. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that. I am a believer of the Rebel Alliance. Here's another distraction for you. This is definitely a shit show. And it's a good question who's running. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. You want it all, but you can't have it. Yes! Wow! Look at that.
Boom! We are here, and it is Sunday again. Another week has gone by. A whole lot of stuff has happened. Lots in the news. We'll get to it in a moment. I hope everybody had a good week. I can see Lola's in here already. Of course, Double M's is holding the fort down in chat. And Linda just showed up. Hello, Linda. Hello, Lola. We got the two L's. Hope you're doing well. Hope the puppy's doing well, Linda. Hope you had a good week. How are you guys? What'd you do? Anything happen? Anything you want to report on? Let the world know. I had a pretty good week. Kind of non-eventful, but the weekend has been pretty good. Had my monthly poker games yesterday, and I won one tourney and took second place in another one. Hey, Kathy, what's up? Hey, Wyatt, good to see you. I would like to report hot weather, the end. Okay. Yeah, it was hot here yesterday, too. Got up to 29, which is pretty good for this time of year. Yeah, won one tournament, took second in the other one, and lost another one. So, didn't get any money in the third one. So essentially broke even. I might have been down maybe a few bucks, but nothing too bad. So that's good. Anyways, it's fun just to get together and play poker with my buddies. And we do it once a month. Only 110 here. Yeah. That's nice. Glad I'm not there. Dreadful hot weather feels like 108. Yikes. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm assuming you guys are all southern-ish in the U.S. somewhat. It's rough, man. I don't know how you deal with it. I mean, I like the hot weather, but to a point, it gets a little wacky. It's live poker, Lola. I have a little group of guys. We get together once a month, at least once a month, and just have a bunch of little tourneys. We sometimes play cash, but we haven't in a while. But we just play little sort of turbo tourneys kind of thing. It's not big stakes, but it's fun. It's just to get together and catch up. We used to play the three of the guys that I play with. We used to play a lot, and for real money, like money that hurts when you lose it. But that was a bunch of years ago, and we had fun, and we played so much together that we know each other so well, and it's fun to play each other. We kind of know all of our tells and everything like that. So yeah, it's fun to do that once a month, and we invite other people in if they want to come, and yeah, it's not crazy money, so it's just for fun for the most part. And then it's also the 10th anniversary of the Tragically Hip playing their final show 10 years ago, obviously, 10th anniversary. And that was broadcast on the CBC up here. when it happened 10 years ago, and they replayed it for the first time last night. So after poker, sat down with some dinner and we watched that. And yeah, let me tell you, like it's it's a tough watch. It's a tough watch. If you don't know, the Tragically Hip is a huge Canadian band. Canadians love them across the country, and their singer ended up dying. He had a terminal brain cancer, Gord Downey, and yeah, it was people. I mean, that final show was something special because it got broadcast across the whole nation. 11 million people tuned in to watch it, which is pretty crazy because there's only 11 million households in Canada overall. So you can, a lot of people tuned in to watch it. And nobody has seen it since it played because they just haven't replayed it. But last night they did, so we watched it. Some tears were shed, some smiles were had, and yeah, it was just nice to see him perform. It's rough to watch him perform because he's like the fact that he was able to get out there and do it was something else. I don't believe in sort of miracles in that sense, but it was kind of a miracle that he was able to do the tour that they did and then play that final show. And it's pretty amazing how they got it all done. So, yeah, that's what I did last night. And now I'm here today. I'm sure you all know 2 more months and it'll start to cool off here. Yeah, okay, 2 more, eh? I mean, another week and it might snow here. Probably not, but yeah, it's gonna start to get cool at night, at least here, pretty quick now. Great vacation. Thanks. Well, yeah, totally. I know everybody's like, "What are you doing on Bucksters? You're supposed to be on vacation and stuff." Not a vacation. I'm just taking a break away from Spider Dog to do content, which I have not done. I did not work on any content last week. Why? Well, because actually not doing anything related to YouTube was actually very relaxing. I was surprised at how my mind was just like, "Hey, man, you don't need to do anything right now." And I kind of rolled with it. I think it's good to do that. Just take the break. I didn't realize that I actually needed a break beyond just not streaming for a couple weeks or whatever, which I said I was going to do this no matter what, because this is pretty relaxing. Good, stay strong. Thank you. I am. And yes, Devil M's wants the snow. She can't wait till she gets her snow pictures, but hopefully it won't be too early this year. We'll have one of them. What do they call them? Is it racist to call it an Indian summer? Maybe we'll have an Indian summer, Double M's. Is that racist? So you're not supposed to say that? I'm not sure about that one. What does it mean, an Indian summer? Anyways, I mean, I know what it means. Like you have an extra warm, not summer. I mean fall. Indian fall. Do you call it an Indian summer in the fall? I don't know how it goes. It's supposed to be the fall where it's like it's warmer for a longer period of time. I won't call it that. I won't. Seems like it's probably shouldn't call it that. If is it better if I call it a indigenous fall? You got no answer. You're thinking about this one, Double M. Well, beyond that, I mean Thursday, Friday, pretty wild, eh? Lola doesn't know. She's like, I don't know.
I know.
Oh, here we go. She's in.
It's Indian summer. It's just a period, a bit of unseasonably warm weather, which
Yeah,
of course we're not having down here.
right. Yeah, because usually, like when it was like we'd get into September and October, and it's like it's still nice and warm. People are like, "Oh, we're having an Indian summer." So
Yeah, well, it stays warm here till almost the end of October. So
yeah, well, totally. I'm just
Every-
curious. Well,
everybody
and
else is
even
talking about their snow, and I'm like, I still got the air conditioning on.
but even your like cold for us is like not cold at all.
Well, it's actually gotten down to 18 degrees here.
Oh my God.
So
I mean,
minus for you guys.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so 18 in
18
freedom.
Fahrenheit.
Right, freedom units. Right. Okay. Yeah, that would be a
Fucked up
minus.
units.
Still not that cold though.
No, not in the grand scheme of things up north.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have an Indian summer. I'm actually curious now how that term came about. Like, why an Indian summer? Why invoke indigenous people because you're having a warm fall? I don't really get it.
I don't know,
I
except
don't,
that it started back with the pilgrims and crap.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, totally.
Um,
I'll probably
and
research it, just not right now.
and as far as being offensive, let me put it to you this way: number one, it depends on who you're talking to,
Mm.
and number two, if it's used in a negative connotation, then
Oh,
of
of course.
course it's racist.
Yeah, of course, for sure.
But if it's used by someone that's actually happy, then that it's then it's not racist.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I love an Indian summer. Like how is that bad? A good old Indian summer is a wonderful thing to have. No, I hear what you're saying completely.
Yeah.
It's always about context. I've said it before. It's the same way people use the word Jew. Like some people think just saying Jew is like bad. You're not supposed to say Jew, and it's like no, no,
Right.
no. Jews say Jew. You can say Jew all you want. It's how you say it. That's how you the context in which you're using it. If you're just like, hey, I know some Jews. They're really nice people, or whatever. Like, hey, Tommy's a Jew. Like, it's okay. But a lot of Jews are named Tommy, by the way, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah, not really, but it's funny that I use the name Tommy calling somebody a Jew. But anyways, that aside, yeah, you use it in another way, with the context is got a little bit of snarl behind it. It's not a good thing, So
Yeah, I just but like I said, it was first used by Indians here.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, GMK's got it here. Those Jews, not good to say. Yeah, don't say those Jews. Those people,
so
those Indians. Don't
those
do that.
Jews is not good to say, but damn Jews you're okay with.
Them
Is
Jews?
that damn Jews is safe?
Damn Jews?
Those damn Jews. There we go.
Damn Jews. Spider Dog is a very traditional Jewish name. It is. It's a very totally.
Your hot stretch was 2 weeks. So we're about to have another stretch. Ours is a week at a time, but it occurs like 5 and 6 times during the summer.
Yeah. Ours was about 2 weeks as well, like of just hot weather and like not much rain. And then that's it. I mean, it rained right up to that. Then we got 2 weeks and then right back into the rain and stuff. It's been, with a nice day here and there, like sprinkled in, but the summer went by so fast this year.
Wyatt, I'd only be mad if you got snow. If he got snow right now, I would be pissed. Hey, speaking of, God damn it, now I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Damn it. Since you were on vacation Friday, how long did Todd last?
How long is what?
How long did Todd last? 72 hours?
Oh, said? Yeah, 72 hours. Ish, with an ish on the end there. Yeah, because he wasn't he did one full day of gaming without touching on anything. He was just like talking about Magic the Gathering and the whole thing, wasn't really talking about anything. And then on the second day, he was still gaming, but he was like starting to bitch and moan and talk about, some of the drama. And then after that 48 hours, it was like he was pretty much going hard. He did a panel with somebody and he played that on his channel. Like he broadcasted it on his channel. And yeah, I mean, he's trying to get back into the gaming thing now. He's kind of back and forth, the pendulum swinging, but he still broke it within 72 hours. So
is 72 hours a record for him?
oh, sure. Yeah, I'll say sure. Because I don't really remember him doing it. And that's why I said ish. I put the ish on the end because it's like I'm just kind of rounding it for him.
Well, Lola, technically that is a cool front hair.
Yeah. What does GMK say? We had a monsoon activity, so instead of 110, 20 humidity, we got 105, 60 humidity. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, this morning when I got up, it was 75% humidity.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
I got to pick on my husband a little bit while he's turned away from me. I've been training him. You cannot hold your breath on the weather here.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
now one thing we do is I have countertop ovens. I don't use the oven in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that way in the summertime, the ovens go outside. So if I want to bake something, it's outside. That way I'm not creating heat in here.
Yeah, for sure.
And but when it rains, he puts the ovens in the car. And we didn't know it was going to rain. But it kind of started having some thunder and lightning and stuff. He's closing the door now. I'm talking about him.
Oh, I don't want this to.
It's not. It's not. It's too far away. So I said something about put the oven in the car. And he did, but he forgot to roll the windows up in the car.
Damn.
So then about maybe an hour and a half later, it come down. But only for like about, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Wasn't very long, but he's like, I don't care. I don't care if I flood the car. I'm not going out in it because it was coming down hard. Because by the time he got out there, opened the door, let all the rain in the car while the window was going down, he was rolling windows up, and come back in, he'd have been a drowned rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, GMK, our lights dimmed and things kind of started shaking, or like strobe lighting a bit, but then it stayed on. So I was like, whew.
That's crazy. No power sucks.
Yeah, here we know if we don't hear anything and all of a sudden the power goes out, it's not long. We're waiting for that lightning strike and the thunder. Or, well, the lightning did strike. We're waiting to hear the thunder.
Right. Yeah. Seriously.
$30 steak
in the fridge. Yeah. Oh, damn. You're gonna have to eat that.
What kind of steak?
A good cut, clearly. A filet mignon, maybe, or a really, really nice thick ribeye.
Filet mignon is a snack. That little round thing that they ruin by wrapping it in bacon.
I don't buy the hype on them anymore. Like it's just I don't know. I don't even find filet mignons that great. They're a pain in the ass to cook. They're so lean that you got to get the cook just perfect on it. It's a pain in the ass. I like a little bit of fat on my steak. I like that sort of Whole Foods ribeye. Oh, there you go. Whole Foods is pricey.
My husband's favorite cut is ribeye.
Yeah.
But let me correct that for you. It's a whole wallet ribeye.
Ribeye is delicious. And like I like a nicely cut like sirloin strip with a nice little bit of fat cap on the back. It's like that's perfect for me. And I don't eat as much beef as I used to, anyways. Like I used to be able to put whole steaks away, but I can't do that anymore. Just
No.
doesn't work for my gut. So my wife and I will share like a nice strip loin or something like that, or sirloin, like kind of steak or whatever. It's good for me.
Yeah, the cow better not walk in front of my husband.
Yeah.
That's just that man can put away some serious food.
Yeah, I used to be able to do it, and I'm a small guy. But yeah, can't do it anymore. My
He's
body
all
don't
of
like it.
he's all of 6'3", and I swear,
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's got
yeah,
that. He's got
uh,
room for it.
especially if I make pasta,
Oh,
he fills himself from toe to
pasta
the
I
top
can.
of his head.
Yeah, pasta I can eat until I feel sick, and I try not to do that. But sometimes I'll make like too much, and I just I don't I don't hate it, but I try, leftover pasta later on the next day or whatever. It's not as good. So I try and just eat it all at that time. And yeah, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, my husband doesn't either. GMK, he's a ribeye guy.
The price of beef right now is insane. We live here in Alberta. It's
Screw
like,
that.
we have cows. Like, I mean, it's one of our things here. But I don't know what's going on with the market, but it's bloody expensive, more than it's ever been.
Well, you know what sucks is even my cans of beans and my lentils, the price of those has gone up.
Oh, everything's
Still,
gone up.
still a hell of a lot cheaper than actual meat, but damn.
Hmm. No, totally. My watching the grocery bill like the last 18 months or so has been it sucks.
Hey,
It's
Jerry.
just, hey Jerry, what's up? Things that, you know, I used to get all the time. I knew the prices of, and they're going up like a buck, $2 kind of thing. And it's like, what the hell's going on? I mean, I know what's going on, but it's just, yeah, it's totally shitty.
Speaking of what's going on, I can
Mm.
hardly wait to. I don't know what you have scheduled here. I don't see anything queued up underneath
Well, what
the
I got scheduled is I mean, I was gonna bring up like Canada, the Canada-U.S. trade relations fell apart. I
yes.
mean, as of Thursday, it seemed like we almost had a deal. We were right there, ready to, everybody, both sides. We're almost there. We've got a deal. We'll see. It could Trump's like it's a good deal. It's great for the farmers. And our side was like, it looks like we're there. It looks like we're there. And then everything fell apart last minute on
Yep.
Friday.
Last minute, our
Um,
negotiators threw some new shit at Canada, and Carney very smartly.
and here's the funny thing is I now know because today I was, running through some of the research on it, who was involved in those final moments before it all went to shit. And it was Lutnick and Navarro. They both walked into the negotiations just before, you know, people were gonna like finally say, okay, we're done, let's get this down. Um, and basically had this idea that they were going to get more, that there was more to get from Canada. And so they came in and they threw a whole bunch of stuff down last minute onto the table. And yeah, Carney just said, that's not how this works. You don't get to walk in last minute and pull this kind of stuff. Like we're not, it's bad faith and sorry. And the things that they were asking for are they're not good. Like there's nothing for us and everything for the US. And some of them even try to breach cultural laws here in Canada, like things that have to do with Quebec and their French speaking. So I imagine there's some aspect to the French language laws and whatnot, and Quebec's own sovereignty that the United States has a problem with, or I should say, the current administration has a problem with.
Yeah.
Um, who came in last minute, Laura Rada? It was Lutnick and Navarro. And they're both dicks, so I'm not surprised that they thought that they were gonna, they're looking to to always butter up Trump and to do his bidding. So they thought they were going to walk in and, get some extra stuff. And clearly that failed and blew up in their face. So, assholes for sure. Yeah, they are. And yes, hello, Laura. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, the Quebec thing, there was something to do with Quebec, and it was sort of labeled as, because they haven't fully said what all the things were, but we can kind of guess from some of the hints that were dropped. I think there was that, some more. Well, one of the things that we do know is that they were suggesting that Canada not trade with specific entities in the world. And I think we all know what that means. They're saying you can't trade with China without us being having a veto on it and stuff like that. And clearly that is off the table for Canada, because as of 18 months ago, Carney said, like, we need to diversify. We're going to start opening up our trade with other countries around the world, China being one of them. And of course, the United States doesn't like that, but they don't. I'm sorry, but you don't get a choice at this point, because you're the one that put us in this position. And we're not going to stop diversifying for a trade deal with you. You need us, we need you, but it's got to be a back and forth, fair is fair at this point, because frankly, it's the Trump administration is like showed a lot of bad faith. Like, we didn't start this, regardless of what you're going to hear in the media in the next little bit, as the tariffs hit on the U.S. side first. Canada's tariffs, like dollar for dollar tariff that we're retaliating with, doesn't come in until September. I forget the exact date.
Calf just sent me a thing with the last minute demands. I just forwarded it to you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
and put
I
that
know
up.
I know I've seen some of it. Oh, he sent me as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. I'll pull that up.
And what I get a kick out of, or what I enjoy, is your well, not yours, because he's next door. That haughty premier Ojibwe Wab Canoe was saying, like, the day before, his opinion was don't do the deal.
Yeah.
But he also said he was Team Canada. He would definitely voice his opinion, because his opinion is don't we'll wait it out. He's kind of got the same attitude as Iran. We'll wait till Trump is gone.
Yeah.
And then the next day, of course, with that list there, it all fell apart. So he was quite happy with that, because Wab Canoe is definitely Team Canada all the way.
Exactly. So before we look at the list, which I see some of them on there that I'm remembering, like, oh, right, there's that, and but before we look at the list, since you brought up Wab, let's have a little look at Wab.
There
Canoe.
was a live going on. Finkel.
Oh, is there? Oh, Finkel. Wow. Good for him. Here's Wab. This is interesting, because this is Wab 2 days before. So I guess it would have been Wednesday. It might have been Thursday, but talking about what's going on. There's a deal on the table, and his position on things. And here we go.
Say to Canadians is leave it there. If we put the booze back on the shelves, don't buy it. Let it sit on the shelf where the Liquor Mart employees will be putting it. And
so this is one of the things before the deal was like signed, when they were saying we have a deal, like, it's not signed yet. We're almost there. We're almost there with the deal. The Prime Minister was sort of reaching out to the provinces and saying, hey, look, get ready to probably start putting American alcohol back on the shelves. Good faith thing. It blows my mind that alcohol is such a pinnacle little piece of so much of this stuff, but it was something that made the administration and Americans like pay attention. So, anyways, you put it back on the shelf. And so one of Wab's points here is like, even if it goes back on the shelf, you don't have to buy it.
Leave it there.
Instead, we've done an amazing job sticking together in the face of Donald Trump's tariff threats, and I think we should continue to do that. We're going to continue focusing on building up Churchill. We're going to continue focusing on encouraging local business, including our brewers and distillers. And let's send a message that even though the Prime Minister and the Government of Canada might think it's important for us to put things back on the shelf so that they can get this deal and help some of our fellow Canadians, some of their employers, some of their businesses, that we don't like Donald Trump's approach to trade or his way of treating Canada. You know, very wise people have said you can't get a good deal with a bad person. And I think that rule applies here. I mean, you know, President Trump is the reason we're all paying so much at the gas pump right now because of his misguided war in Iran. And I could go on and on and on about the Epstein files, and you know that I will. But realistically, this is a situation that we're in as Canadians. So we still have agency. We can still make the choice. We can still say Crown Royal is better than Jack Daniels.
Are there sticking points in the deal that would hold it's holding up your decision?
Well, there's tariffs in the deal. And we have a big steel plant in Selkirk, Manitoba, great employer, great people who go there each and every day. And I'd love the tariffs to be zero. That said, I think what we've been saying throughout is the doctrine. Some people are calling it a doctrine of no.
Okay.
I love
So
it.
I have to say, his little impersonation of Trump there got blown up into a big deal. That the premier of Manitoba was making fun of Donald Trump, and it's like,
Good.
it's so negligible. Like it's hardly anything, but people were going on and
Keep
on
it
about
up.
it.
Do it some more.
We've been saying throughout is the doctrine. Some people are calling it a doctrine of no Kuzma, no Boozma. And I think that condition has been satisfied. We do have Kuzma. What in terms of what's on the table, what I've seen in the media has been accurate so far this morning. So Kuzma exemptions and then the process for Kuzma to continue, that's looking good. But again, what did we have 2 years ago before Trump? What did we have a year ago? What might we have when American elected representatives grow some backbone and stand up to a president who's raising the cost of living on their constituents? So again, I don't think it's hard to see where I'm coming from. I'm skeptical. I'm not, going to cheerlead things here, but at the same time, that's where we stand today.
So
And,
that was him on the I guess it was on the Thursday before everything fell apart late Friday night. Now we're not going to watch this whole thing because it's long.
I watched the whole thing for you, even through the French.
Basically on
Oh, him. I thought you were going to
Yeah.
show the Carney one.
No, not that. I
got-
have a bit. I have like some snippets of that because once again it's long as well. But I just wanted to show Wab the day after everything
Day after.
fell apart. Basically, the morning of the fall apart or whatever. Since when did Canada get so gangsta? Well, good question. Since Mark Carney came in, and we're just not putting up with this bullshit anymore. I mean, I truly believe this is a situation Trump created. I think Canada would still be following the U.S. lockstep had you had a different leader. Even if they were a Republican, it still wouldn't be that different. But Trump changed the game. He changed the whole way the administration in the US is approaching allies, and people are just tired of it. We're not going to be pushed around and bullied, and if it means a little bit of pain, it means a little bit of pain because sovereignty matters,
Also, too, in addition to this, Canada standing up on its own is the fact that both Wab Canoe and Mark Carney are very gracious when it comes to us, the people.
Yeah.
They both have acknowledged more than once that they know. Well, they're careful with their words because they obviously we have to recognize that a bunch of very misled people voted this clown into office. Okay.
And let me
Many of them have learned their lesson, but many of them still stand by them. Go ahead.
I was going to say a small little fact that people don't necessarily know is that, Trump keeps talking about the farmers. Canada has been so mean to American farmers. And it couldn't be further from the truth because potash is what farmers want from Canada. It's potassium. It's used as a fertilizer on all the agricultural stuff that you guys do, of course. Canada knows this, and Canada knows it relies on American agriculture as well. As much as you rely on our potash to grow, we rely on what you grow. One of the things that Canada was doing, even though there was tariffs on Canadian potash that Americans are buying because the Trump administration put tariffs on that stuff. Canada was trying to keep the price of potash as low as possible to offset what those tariffs were doing for American farmers. Nobody seems to talk about this in the media because it's just supposed to, you need the war rhetoric and the propaganda. But we were literally trying to offset those tariff prices so that it was not going to be too harsh on American farmers. So keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Like Canada realizes what we get from the US and that we're not trying to do any of this stuff to hurt Americans, farmers, or the people in general. Like that's not the MO. That's not what our plans are, but it's that we're being put in a position where we have to respond. I can't say. I just wanted to say Carney's tariffs are unethical. Happy Sunday.
Thank you for stopping in, Spartan.
Yeah, for sure. And you're going to hear a lot of this. You're going to hear a lot about how Canada is being real mean and not playing fair and
Good.
all of that stuff. So,
hey, it's going to hurt us for quite a while, even after Trump is no longer president. But the thing is, for me, I firmly believe that the stronger Canada is, it forces us as a country to be better.
I agree too. And this whole like Carney is going to do dollar for dollar, retaliation on the 50% tariffs. That's going to happen, but I truly believe that it is going to be very targeted to send a point and targeted in a way that's going to, make just like the alcohol. It's gonna have an effect, but it's not going to be this like thing that is there to hurt the American people. It's going to be there to make the administration wake the fuck up. Excuse my French. So I mean, we'll see. Hopefully Trump is going to cave before then. I think that's a possibility. I think he's going to have immense pressure from American business and American politicians. A lot of people are going to be on his ass going, this isn't just bad right now. Like this is going to tank us in the midterms, and we're already going to be tanked. Like you're just making it worse. So,
I don't know. As long as he's got that blonde cupcake next to him washing his balls, I don't think so. I really don't. Because as long as she's there, he feels like a man. Not only dick bag. Not only, not only is she ball washing him, but she's carrying around his diapers too.
Oh, and totally. Well, and so, well, if you're gonna bring her up, I
Get
guess
your
we
butt
gotta,
up here, dickbag.
I guess I gotta do this here. Where did I put it? I put it in. Do 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 do. Oh, come on! Don't do this to me. Sorry. Why are you doing this to me?
What's going on?
Oh, I'm trying to find something here because you
Oh.
just kind of segued me
Sorry.
to it. No. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get to the stream thing in a second, but oh, here we go.
Oh, good. Wait a minute. Oh, is that another? Hold on. Is that the same issue or is this a new one?
Oh yeah. Is that? It's easy as to Yeah, is that the same issue? Did you figure out who was
Yeah.
involved with that, or
You might as well just come up and talk about it instead. It's just easier.
yeah?
That way I can go in hiding.
Oh my God, what did I do with this picture? Now
This,
I'm annoyed.
whoops, right here. This is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
That's an understatement. Decades for sure. The history books will not be kind.
Okay, I don't know what I did with it, so it's a picture of Natalie running behind his golf cart. They didn't have a golf cart for her, and they made
And
her
you
run behind the golf cart. Which I don't know that they didn't make her, but she ran behind the golf cart. Here, I'll just pull up the picture.
I was gonna say, I thought you sent it to me.
No. Share this tab instead. Here we go. And I'll it's on the TMZ right here.
Yep. That one, and then also too the time there wasn't enough room in the presidential motorcade, so she climbed into the trunk.
Yeah, she hopped into the trunk. Yeah, she's a smart one. But as you can see here, they've got all the carts. Everybody's got a cart. No, she's gonna have a run. She's gonna just run behind. Like, she's psycho. This is psycho activity. The voices in her head made her. Yeah, exactly, dickbag.
Just yeah.
She is crazy. Oh, is she Mexican? No, she is like a white. Very white. As white as can be.
Come on. That is Trump's squeeze now. What do you think?
We had a good 75 years on top. Yeah. And now you're hitting the 250, which is empire death date for a lot of empires.
I just DM'd you, dickbag.
Okay, so let's just get back to this quickly. We're just going to watch a tiny little snippet of this. But this is what Wab said the morning after everything fell apart.
About Donald Trump's tariffs, Canada's response, and where this puts Manitoba. History will not be kind to Donald Trump, so we should never appease him. And we should fight back, which is what Canada is doing today. We can fight back against Donald Trump by buying from Canadian businesses, by supporting Canadian workers, and most importantly, by living up to our Canadian values. I can tell you right now that Team Canada is 100% united behind what the Prime Minister announced earlier today. Just over an hour ago, I got off a call with the Prime Minister and the other premiers, and there was a really, really strong sense of unity. And you've heard from many of those leaders by now. So I just wanted to say very, very clearly, the government of Manitoba is 100% behind the Prime Minister's direction to retaliate against Donald Trump's unjustified and immoral tariffs that are going to make life more expensive yet again for Americans. He's already made life more expensive with previous tariffs and his war in Iran, raising the price of gasoline for all of us. Now, we also support the idea that workers here and companies here.
Okay, so I think that's pretty good. He goes on to just say how Manitoba's going to do more. But you get the point that I'm, very quickly, not just him, but all the premiers are basically on the same page with the Prime Minister. And this is unbelievable and unprecedented in Canada. I mean, we've had our good times, our bad times, but most of the time there's a like brothers and sisters, there's provinces not getting along with the federal government or with each other. And for the first time in my life, I'm watching every province, every premier lockstep with Ottawa and the government, the federal government, and it's wild. It's needed. It's what we need right now. It's just very wild to see it happening because it's not something I've ever seen where everybody is on the same page. Even Alberta, like where I'm at, our premier, who is wild. Like she's the closest thing to MAGA leadership we have in this country, and even she's playing ball because she sees the writing on the wall and she knows that if she doesn't, it's not going to look good. A lot of Canadians are not happy with the Trump administration and do not want to be seen as kowtowing or bowing down, bending the knee, whatever way you want to put it, to this administration, because it's frustrating, and we're just tired of, we're nice to a point. We're nice and polite to a point. And this is the point where we're just not going to be nice and polite anymore. So
Well,
it's go ahead.
I wish he was just as helpful in relation to the data centers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many of those are you guys gonna have crawling up your ass before somebody stops her?
Yeah. So here's just a little tidbit of what Carney had to say, and it's pretty forceful. I'm on board.
Love it.
Of course.
Love it.
And it's this is clipped. It's like, it's just showing his main sort of talking points, and it's from CNN. So I think they were definitely going for the, let's show him being stern kind of look when he's a pretty like even keel guy. And this doesn't make him look bad, but I think, of course they were just trying to give the perception. But anyways, the Clinton News Network, you got it.
Are designed to hurt us and divide us.
Here, let me just start that.
I warned the new U.S. tariffs are designed to hurt us and divide us. I warned that America is trying to break us so they can own us. And I promise that that will never, ever happen. And while we believed earlier this week that we were moving towards a mutually beneficial agreement, in recent days, the United States proposed new terms that were uneconomic, unfair, and undermined the net benefits for Canada and called into question the reliability of any deal. In short, they asked too much and they offered too little. Let me be clear. We take this step reluctantly. Reluctantly because we recognize that some of these measures will raise costs and reduce choice for Canadians. Reluctantly, because we recognize that some U.S. companies and some U.S. states are innocent bystanders in a dispute that they did not want. Reluctantly, because this trade dispute is preventing Canada and America from doing so much good that we could do together. But at the same time, we take this step confident that it is in the best interest of Canada. And that by rejecting a bad deal, by standing up for Canada, by focusing on what we can control, we will build Canada strong for all. The new U.S. tariffs.
So there you go. That's where we're at.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch play out. I don't know exactly how long it's going to go. I mean, I don't think anybody does, but I think Canada is what the point that Canada is making is like, and it's going to continue to make is there's a deal to be made. We were right there, but you blew it at the last minute by playing this little game, by throwing stuff on the table that wasn't
Getting
a part of
greedy.
where we were at. So if you want to go back, we can go back to where we were. But if you're going to continue to ask for what you threw down at the last second, we're not going back, right? So
Because we
this
got
is what-
greedy.
got greedy.
Yep.
This is the summary of key U.S. demands. Veto over strategic infrastructure partnership. Now, this is the thing that I know is one of the key elements is that, and here's an interesting point about Kuzma. So this was sort of baked into the original Kuzma agreement. It's not surprising that the Trudeau government and whatnot gave into this with the original, signed agreement that the U.S. could veto, essential infrastructure trade deals being made by either Canada or Mexico with other countries.
No. Bullshit.
and-
That's us telling another country what to do.
Well, and it's the foundation to colonialism, essentially what it is. It's a colonialist act to be able to say, hey, we want a deal. We want to be able to veto your ability to be a sovereign nation with other nations. And
Yeah.
it's frustrating that the Trudeau government gave into it at the time, but there was a lot going on at the time as well. There was I think COVID stuff was starting, and there was just a lot happening, and people wanted to just appease Trump at the time, and the Trudeau government wasn't exactly the best on economic stuff anyways. So that's one of the things that I'm pretty sure were that's not happening, and they tried to throw that down on the table last minute. It was on the table, but they had worked out that it wasn't going to be a thing that we're going to go forward with, but then they threw it down last minute again. Preemptive trade restriction on non-U.S. nations. Okay, well, that's sort of what I'm talking about right here. Jurisdictional preemption on critical minerals. Now, this has been obviously a huge piece of the game. The U.S. doesn't like the fact that we're making deals with China. We signed a big, a multi-billion-dollar deal with China for them to bring some of their refinement tech to Canada because it's advanced. They have some of the more advanced refinement tech in the world for critical minerals, especially, and China has been reluctant to share it with other countries to bring it into other countries, but they've decided because of the deal, they need critical minerals. We have critical minerals. They're willing to play ball with us because we have enough of it. And part of the deal is that Canada would be able to work on R&R research and development, not R&R. Research and development on furthering the technology to make it more green. to start working in that direction with it.
Well, I'd also
Um,
like to add that the majority of the mining tech that we use down here was
Mhm.
developed by Canada.
Well, and that's the difference here. Like, we're not talking about mining tech; we're talking about refinement. So once the minerals come out of the ground
Yep.
and they need to be refined, that's where China has advanced greatly amongst other nations in the world,
Well,
and
and that's part of the reason why they were reluctant,
to
especially
share.
in North America,
Mhm.
because they don't want us to get our hands on it.
It's exactly, and because Canada has so many critical minerals that not just China needs, but the United States and the rest of the
Yeah.
world, the European Union, like Europe needs it. Like, there's a lot of countries around the world going, yes, please. Like, we would like some of those critical minerals. And of course, the United States is trying to play a position of, hey, we're right here. We're a team. We're a partnership. We should get first dibs on all of it. And frankly, that would have been the case had 18 months ago not happened. Had the Trump administration not played this way, I do believe Canada would still be lockstep with the United States. If a different leader had been in position and not done any of this like silliness, we would still be doing the same thing. You got to remember 72% of Canada's trade with the United States is intertwined in the sense of like the manufacturing process and everything, like the ingredients, the manufacturing, everything is all intertwined, like from cars to all kinds of like necessary things that we need. So it's not just a like we give to you and you give to us and then we enjoy those things. It's like our our labor forces are connected in creating the products that we actually use together. And nothing the Trump administration has done has helped any of those um,
Yeah.
symbiotic relationships that we have. It's just hurt them.
Yep.
What's
Just
next?
if it doesn't help his greedy friends, you don't want to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Next, rescinding the digital services tax on online news act. Now, this has been a contentious thing from the beginning. This is sort of falls into the cultural sovereignty of Canada in that, you know, the American media machine and entertainment machine is vast and it's strong and it's big and it has its way of getting into every corner of every place it wants to go, and it influences it it absolutely um, can be used as propaganda arm of the United States. Uh, and Canada knows this. Lots of countries know it, and we accept some of it, most of it. I mean, Canada is right there. We see all the Marvel movies. We go and we watch all the TV shows. We watch all your stations and all your cable, and we're essentially saying, "Hey, look, like we want some of our content to be in the mix of all of that, and two, you should have to sort of pay a little bit to be in our market." I mean, it seems pretty fair, but obviously nobody likes taxes, and especially when they're being levied on you. And I get that, but asking American media to at least supply a little bit of Canadian content on their platforms. Um, it's not just about news; it's about the Canadian entertainment industry as well. Like, we have an entertainment industry, and it's tied to the United States, and you know, it's let's
Yeah.
just let's just play a little bit of all of it. How about that? It's not like we're asking like for some big like chunk of the platforms or of American media, but
Hey,
just hey,
Canada puts out some good TV shows.
well, I know you think so.
I think, well, yeah, because we don't have as much Indigenous TV as you guys do.
Yeah,
Res
no,
Res
yeah.
Dogs was Reservation Dogs was awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Well, awesome for any country. I have not seen it yet, but I have been watching Dark Winds, which
Ah, there you go. There you go.
But one of
Um,
my favorite shows ever, North of 60.
totally.
I
Mhm.
almost cried when that ended.
But beyond that, it's not, there's those shows, those CBC shows and those Canadian type shows that, people know, and some people go like snoring. And I would agree, some of them are very boring, but there's other elements of the entertainment industry, like how many movies get made in Canada by American, American companies. And some of this falls into the realm of like making sure that American companies are buying, are hiring, um, Canadian workers, like Canadian, people to work on the sets and to do all of that, right? Like, to just sort of even it out. Like, if you're gonna make your movies in Canada, then you know, use Canadian workers and stuff like that, or a percentage of. Obviously, it doesn't have to be all, but a percentage of. And we have ways of making you pronounce about. I know, right? About. I say about. About. Look at me. I'm American. I say about.
Wait a minute. If you're American, then what's Dickbag doing? Because he's
Yeah,
Canadian.
I don't know.
What's going on?
That was just me playing American though. About.
Yeah.
I'm American. About.
Got his Beachcombers box set.
Nice. Sweet. If FSD represents Canadian entertainment media, then I understand why they don't want high taxes to cover that. Okay, killers. Welcome to the show. What's next on the list here? Elimination of cultural and language protections. Well, there you go. That's one of the things that was last minute, like pushed again. And I'm sorry, but that is literally colonialism. Like, you don't get to dictate our language laws or language protections or cultural anything. We're Canada. We have Quebecers, and I know it's weird, but they have sovereignty over their province. Just like every state is allowed to do, what is it? The 10th Amendment gives every state the ability to like govern itself.
Govern
that's
things that the federal government isn't already handling themselves.
Exactly. Well, Canadian provinces have the same thing. Every province has the ability, like healthcare is under the Canadian provinces, the tax structure, all that stuff. Like, each province gets to do its own thing. And when it comes to something like language laws or whatever, we get to do our own thing. And of course, Quebec is doing its own thing. It's going to protect French language in Quebec because, with the United States and the rest of Canada like sitting right there, it's English. The English language is very pervasive. And when all the entertainment that's coming in is like American or Canadian, like it's English entertainment, English, I do understand. I mean, I grew up in Quebec for 13 years when I was a kid. I get the reasoning behind the whole thing. They're protecting their own cultural heritage and everything like that. Sometimes it goes too far, but as Canadians, we'll deal with that. We don't need the United States coming in and trying to tear down things that are none of their business.
Yeah.
Simple as that. What do we got next on the list? We've got elimination of.
Did you read the bottom of this? It says the bottom of the list. It says these are reported U.S. demands. Not all were publicly confirmed by both governments. Canada has rejected several as unacceptable.
Exactly. Like, there's some
That's
demands.
a big list for several.
Well, the thing is I think some of them are Canada's okay with, and that was part of the dealing that was going on. Like, we will deal with these certain things, but then there's some on this list that are not going to happen. I know for a fact that the elimination of cultural and language protections is off the list.
That's not, yeah.
and it's been off the list from the beginning. And I don't know if that's one of the things that was thrown down, although I've heard that it was like the last minute things that was, I should say, brought back up. A lot of these things were brought back up after being dealt with to some degree.
I know in Wab Canoe's speech, he talked about number 10, Canadian energy, and the agricultural stuff too.
Yeah. You went to McGill. My dad went to McGill too. He's where he became an accountant and got his business degree. Why would I shoot you? I mean, it's pretty well known university. What's on the list here? Elimination of Buy Canada public procurement rules. Well, that's a funny one. That's a funny one. When literally Donald Trump made the America first, statement first, and started in with his tariffs because of that. Like, so it's a kind of funny thing. It's like, if you're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And that's the problem with these types of economic decisions. Like, when one country does that, it's just going to force the other country to do the same thing. And then it makes future trade negotiations hard. Like, everybody needs to pull back again and realize, like I said, 72% of all of our trade is intertwined, like in how it gets manufactured and all of it, our workers. So that type of protectionist game is not smart to play, and we didn't start it. We didn't start the fire, as Billy Joel would say. Dismantling agricultural safeguards. U.S. demands removal of Canadian supply management systems for dairy, eggs, poultry sectors, and automatic adoption of U.S. chemical and pesticide standards. It's not going to happen like that. It's not going to be that simple. Some of your standards are lower than ours, and we're just not going there. Like, we're more in line with the European Union on a lot of things, and to have good trade with Europe, we have to be like that, because they're not going to buy. There's a lot of American products Europe won't even buy, because they're like, no, sorry, it doesn't meet our environmental or chemical standards or whatever. It's a market that you're losing out on. It's a market that Canada needs. We need to diversify, because clearly we're seeing what happens when we don't. We're put into this position with the United States, which has never happened before, but it's happening now. And 18 months ago, when Donald Trump decided to play the tariff game, Canada instantly took action and said, we need to start diversifying our markets. And we've made dozens of deals since then doing exactly that. So I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't see it changing to be exactly what they want. There's room to wiggle in it, but I don't think we're going to lower standards when it comes to those things. Next on the list, dismantle. I said that unilateral alteration of auto rules, exclusion of heavy assembly plants and key auto sector from tariff relief, plus restructured rules aimed at shifting auto assembly jobs directly into the United States. Well, I mean, I think we're already addressing that, as Canadians are already looking at that. The government's, that's going to hurt Canadian auto workers, like for the American cars that are built in Canada. We had deals in the past on all of that, and this type of thing is reneging on those deals. I mean, there was lawsuits filed against like Stellantis and Ford and what is it, Chevy, like GMC, I guess, for breaching some of these deals when they started to pull back some of the manufacturing into the United States when Trump got reelected, because that's what he wants. And I mean, they've had to weigh whether the lawsuits that are coming are going to be worth it, or whether just maintaining the Canadian assemblies of certain vehicles is like which is going to be more expensive essentially for them at the moment. I think they were hoping and waiting to see what comes out of the next deal. Here we are. So who knows where that's going to go. The reality is Canada has dropped 100% tariffs on Chinese EVs, and deals are already being made to have Chinese vehicles manufactured in Canada, which is going to create Canadian jobs. I have a few videos. I don't know if we'll get to them today, but it shows the vehicles that are going to be in Canada very shortly that aren't going to be in the US, and what they are. And it's pretty impressive. But we can get to that another time, I think, probably, maybe next week. Do pharmaceutical patent extensions. U.S. demands to extend data exclusivity periods for foreign pharmaceutical firms, delaying generic drug access in Canada and driving up provincial healthcare costs. Not going to happen.
No.
The reason why we have low drug prices is because we're not afraid of generic drugs. We're not afraid of generic drugs because we have the ability to look and test those drugs and see if they are as good as the name brand drugs. The name brand drugs are the ones where the prices are insane. They want to control those prices. This is the whole reason why we have the federal government and the universal healthcare system, is to play a middleman between these corporations, pharmaceutical corporations, companies that make medical equipment, all of that, and be a middleman on how we buy and supply. So I literally don't see that happening. That would be there is likely something that even stops that from happening in our own legislature, like in our own rules on the healthcare system and the statutes and whatnot. I don't have all the details, but I feel pretty strong that that is something that's not going to be easy to change or happen. Priority allocation of Canadian energy. Requirements for priority allocations and price guarantees on Canadian crude oil, natural gas, hydroelectricity, nuclear energy exported to the U.S. Now, I know this one. Canada in bed with Little Pharma. Yeah, basically, we're in bed with Little Pharma. the guys who could make the same drugs at a better price, because we care about people's health. We care about Canadians being able to have access to the drugs that they need and not have to go bankrupt to get them. The energy thing.
Comment.
Go ahead. What's that?
I meant to comment on this one.
Okay.
But no, Drake. Thank you very much. I would also like to add that Inspired Dog and I were chatting about this earlier. Mm-hmm. I would love to send Kevin O'Leary back and never let him back down here, but it's not going to happen. And I don't want to punish Canada like that at the same time. Mm-hmm. But that piece of garbage that's trying to shit his data centers everywhere, including in your backyard. Yeah.
Yep, we have that meme. I'm definitely going to pull it up, and before we're done here today, and we can have a little chat about that. But yeah, O'Leary, unfortunately he still has his Canadian citizenship, so there's not much we can do. Yeah, there's not much we can do about keeping him out of Canada and forcing him to stay in the United States. It is what it is.
He can go cry over his Rolex.
This whole point here, the priority allocation of Canadian energy, this has been an issue for a while. The United States has had a sweetheart deal with Canada, basically a permanent discount for a long time. And the reality is the rest of the world is lining up to pay market prices. And I think it's, it's time for Canada to start selling our product at market prices to the rest of the world. And of course, market prices are going to dictate who's getting it first. And if the US wants to pay market prices, of course, you're right there. We'll for sure sell you as much as you like. And I'm sure we can work out some deals, but you've had a sweetheart deal on energy for quite a while with Canada. And it's just coming to an end because energy is literally a hot commodity now, if you haven't noticed.
Yep.
And so, yeah, people are lining up, and we have a lot of it. The United States is not an energy dependent country, despite what the propaganda might tell you. Canada is. We have a lot of it, and it's just sitting there waiting to be pulled out, grinded out, whatever, to be sold. Put Jim Carrey out of his misery like Old Yeller. Hey, leave Jim Carrey alone. He's doing his thing. He did his time. He knows Hollywood is full of shit. So I like him for that.
I liked him on In Living Color.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. No more BOGO, exactly. What do we got? Bringing military and Arctic mandates. Canada must meet specific defense spending. Well, we've already done that. We did that 18 months ago when Carney came in. We went from under 2%, which was what we were supposed to be spending with NATO and all of the Arctic stuff, whatever, to we're almost at 5% now, which is way more than anybody was expecting. What the United States doesn't like is that Canada isn't throwing all of its money at U.S. contracts. We're looking at not looking at making deals. We're making deals with other countries. South Korea, Germany, Australia. We're not buying into this Golden Dome idea that Donald Trump and the Pentagon have been pushing. We're looking at it, and it's about sovereignty. I mean, obviously, the F-35 contracts, which we're obligated to buy, whatever we obligated ourselves to. I forget what it is. It's like 22 planes or 17 planes or something like that, and with the potential for more, but the potential for more isn't going to happen. And we've said we're going to buy the ones that we've we're honored to buy, but we might move on to the Gripen, the Swedish plane. So and I do believe we're going to do that. The deal is a lot better. It creates manufacturing in Canada. It gives us a patent on the versions that we build, which means we can then sell those planes to other European countries. It makes sense. It makes way more sense for us.
Well, also too, another important point that Carney brought up was because the country could no longer trust its neighbor, that he is looking at building up Canada's own defenses.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with buying American defense systems is everything comes with, like, lack of a better term, but it sounds so crazy, but like kill switches, in the sense of it's not necessarily, I'm not even talking about kill switches and like, oh, they just turn off your stuff, but kill switches in the sense of all the maintenance and all the parts and everything they are all controlled by the United States. So it's like, how much do you really own the thing that you've just purchased,
renting
right?
it.
You're renting it. You're paying a subscription. Price for
just
your
another subscription
for your military stuff. Whereas all these other countries are offering us, here, you can buy our product and it's yours once you do it. I just for sovereign reasons, I think we're tired of it. We're tired of this game with the American military industrial complex, and it makes our American counterparts very upset because so much of your GDP comes from military procurement.
not
to own.
even rent to own, because you
Yeah.
never end up actually owning it.
No, exactly.
Yeah, and Canada is just like,
Mhm.
enough. You know,
Mhm.
if you
And not
lived
just
in,
Canada.
yeah, that's true. A lot of other
Mhm.
a lot of other countries are like,
Yeah.
we're done with this. And oh,
Hey, Muxter.
Muxter was taking his getting
Full
his
man nap.
afternoon nap in.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, Muxter.
Now it'll be full of piss and vinegar. But yeah, the rest of the world, a good chunk of it is sick of our shit
Yeah.
with good reason.
Yeah. And especially with this military procurement thing, because it's just like we just said, it's like we want to own our own stuff for sovereign reasons and not
Yep.
be at the mercy of American companies.
And the way we had it set up, we owned other countries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So me wrong.
So next on the list, we got lowering customs and de minimis rules. De minimis rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, rules. U.S. demands to reduce tax thresholds on cross-border e-commerce, giving American retailers tax-free access to Canadian consumers, hurting local business.
That's a no.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I'm
one's a
sure.
no.
I think, yeah, I think there might be wiggle room in there for like how deals get worked. You know what I mean? But um,
As
yeah,
that is written there, it's a no.
right. Yeah, and this is like literally the U.S. demand. So I could see Canada saying like, we get your point. Um, let's
But
let's
no.
talk about. Yeah, well, let's talk about it. But what you're asking for straight up is a no.
I know I'm answering it as a citizen of the US when I say but no, because Canada's nicer.
And then number 13, oh, lucky 13 on the list, the last one. Dispute settlement changes existing under review. U.S. pushes for stronger investor state dispute mechanisms that could allow foreign companies to challenge Canadian laws and regulations.
Okay, I'm laughing about this because of that link to the video I sent you, the pig war.
Oh, okay.
Because what was it about?
I didn't watch the whole thing, so but
Oh,
that's
okay.
basically
It's about this.
Right.
But it was also it was who owned what land.
Right. But that's,
It
and
was
once again, we're back to the sort of colonialist kind
yes.
of, you know, trying to, it's a way to sneak in colonialism through trade. And we're not dumb. Canada's not stupid. We see it. I mean, we came from the British Empire. We know colonialism pretty damn good.
Yes, you do.
We were colonialists before you guys were colonialists. So, yeah. And this is a tactic. It's a tactic to undermine sovereignty of any country, but in this instance, Canada. So, yeah, good one, America. Good one. We'll see you. We'll see you at the table maybe again later down the road. That's what's happening now.
Just to give our viewers an idea of how long this type of arguing has been going on. There's this channel on YouTube called Oversimplified. And this guy is just amazing in pulling up little nuggets of history you knew nothing about. Even if you thought you knew something about a topic, he finds some weird crap about it. Anyway, that's the link to the big video called The Pig War.
Yeah, I'll put
And
it
this
up.
was a beef between Canada and the US regarding the islands of the Pacific Northwest. And this is something we studied in Washington State history. But the way this guy does it's very entertaining and funny. So yeah.
Oh, I put your comment in it along with it. Let me delete that. Delete that.
I linked it.
Oh, you put it up. Oh, okay. You put it up. You put it up.
Yeah, I said this is the link to that video.
Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't see it. That's why. Okay. Perfect.
But yeah, this guy is amazingly creative and funny.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I clicked on it just to check it out because you were telling me to check it out, but I didn't fully watch it. But
I've been telling you to check out that channel for a year now.
I know. And I knew what you were talking about because I know you were talking about like the art style and everything like that, which is essentially what I have kind of planned. Not that, but it's essentially what I'm looking to do for that other project kind of thing. But that's another story. Nobody needs to hear about that.
Not yet anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that channel out, you guys. You will be thoroughly entertained.
That's essentially what I got on the Canada stuff. I think there was some other stuff I wanted to cover. Oh, this is
Hi,
cool.
Mugger.
Oh, hey, Calvin, what's up?
I saw you guys were in chat, but I got on here. What were you guys playing? Or are you still playing?
I still have one more thing here I want to actually in relation to Canada.
Oh, they're playing WoW.
Oh, they're playing WoW? You're missing out?
I am. Well, kind of. They play retail and I play the old stuff because it's harder, but it's simpler in thinking to me. Mugger's super analytical, so he catches on to like stuff like this, and I'm like totally overwhelmed.
Okay.
Oh, you got my my one of my faves up. I see.
I do. It's pretty.
Love this guy.
I forgot about this. It's kind of this is interesting. I think as Americans, you might want to see this. So I'll let him explain it. I'll just play the video here. Let me make sure it's all the way around. It is. Okay, here we go.
I was leaked some footage, exclusive footage, as far as we can tell. Yesterday afternoon, I was leaked some footage, exclusive footage, as far as we can tell, that shows the American negotiating team learning for the first time that Canada was rejecting the trade deal. Normally, I don't do this kind of thing. I get leaked videos here and there, but I thought this one was of national importance. So we did check it out. Shout out, by the way, to Steph and Steve from my team who have been up literally all night, just triple sourcing this. So we know it's accurate. Before I show it to you, I want you to understand though, it looks like they're in an airport. When you see this, they're not. They're in some building with kind of like a weird hum to it or something like that. So anyway, so here it is. This is the American negotiating team learning for the first time that Canada said no.
No.
So yeah,
I love Todd Raffin.
That's was
my emotional support Canadian.
Cap almost sent it. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
I love it.
I thought that was important for you guys to see.
You're just chatting. Yeah, that baby video. That to me, that's Ben Shapiro right there. That is Ben Shapiro right there. Well, Todd, yeah.
It's a lot of them.
Yep. Save that because I want to get the original video because I definitely want to use that in my Ben Shapiro video. Yeah, Bugger, I do too.
I mean, I did want to sort of play this or whatever. It's like a 12-minute video. It's Jeremy Jeffrey Sachs. You know who Jeffrey Sachs is?
Yeah, from Goldman Sachs, isn't it?
No, he's got the same last name as that, but he is an economist. But he's world renowned. Like he's one of the leading American economists. He kind of tells things like it is, and he just sat down and sort of gave his impression of Trump, like, well, basically calling out who Trump is. And you could look him up. I mean, there's I can do this right here. 1 second. I can pull up his share this tab instead.
Now I gotta look him up. There he is.
This is
Yeah.
Jeffrey David Sachs. He's an American economist and public policy analyst. He's a professor at the Columbia University, at which he was formerly director of the Earth Institute and currently director of the Center for Sustainable Development. He shares a last name. He is not the Sachs from
Okay.
from all of that. He's I mean, if you look at all of his stuff, what he thinks, global development, he's definitely a globalist and whatnot. It's pretty sound, and from my opinion, he sees where the United States is going wrong in its stuff, especially under the Trump administration. Hey, no worries, Laura Rada. He is the Goldman Sachs one? How come there's like nothing?
Maybe you glossed over it. It would be down in after education. Good question, Lola.
But is he a bagel? Yeah. He's worked for the.
Now I have to look it up too.
I mean, he's like not cool about Israel, that's for sure. He's not economics. Sorry, I'm just like reading. Honors. Personal.
Oh, he is not.
No, he's not. That's because
He's not. It was Harry Sachs or Henry Sachs.
This guy
Harry
is literally an educator and like economist who everything that he talks about and his like opinions on stuff are like, I mean, I'm like, yes, I agree with this. Yes, I agree with this. Yes, I agree with this. Okay, dickbag. That's your one pass. Don't you dare ever give us bad information again. You get your one. That's your one. You just took it. You get a mulligan. Anyways, we don't have to watch the whole thing, but I think it's
the last actual Sachs retired in 1969.
Oh, there we go.
So there it is. Jeffrey Sachs would have been 13.
Well, actually, I also wanted to show, this is just an article or whatever. I showed this to you. If you didn't know. Oh, sorry. The Kennedy Center board. Hold on a second. Let me just. This will go away if I refresh the page. There we go. Oh, come on.
Nope, you got to sign up now.
Yeah, no, I made it go away the other day.
I screenshot those things immediately because I know if I scroll farther or something like that, it'll kick up. And demand.
Oh, I remember
subscribe.
what I did. I said, okay, subscribe, and then I went back and it went away. No, it's just not doing it. I'm sure there's another article I can pull up. I'm just going to talk about it. The board of the Kennedy Center has voted to put Donald Trump's name back up onto the Kennedy Center. So that's in the works. I'm not even sure how that gets away from the courts or whatever, but apparently it's going to happen. They're planning on doing renovations to the Kennedy Center, and so that's all being added into the renovations of the Kennedy Center.
Wait a minute. Emergency request to stop
Oh, is it?
Trump's name from returning to the Kennedy Center was filed 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. So there are people already on it.
Yeah, let me how do I do this? Yes.
If you want.
Representative Joyce Beatty, Democrat from Ohio, filed an emergency motion late Thursday evening asking a federal judge to stop the trustees of the Kennedy Center from putting President Trump's name back on the front of the arts complex.
Okay.
She also asked the judge to stop the trustees' plan to rename the physical site of the center. I didn't know about this. Rename the physical site that the Kennedy Center is on, the President Donald J. Trump Plaza.
Oh my God. So lame. So lame.
Yeah. Now, me personally, I don't think we should be memorializing people.
No.
I really don't. And a lot of this goes back to Mount Rushmore. So yeah, but they already did this. They already put this as an honor to a fallen president. Why, this man is so freaking insecure. He can't stand the idea that some dead person would have any kind of attention that he can't grab.
Yeah. Yep. And that's exactly what Mr. Sachs has to say with his opinion on all of this. Share screen. I say we watch some of it. It's interesting. I mean, it's kind of stuff we know, but I mean, this guy's educated. He's been a part of world economics. He's seen the game, and
I like the top of the title there. Get him out of there before he kills us all.
Before he kills us all. Exactly.
No kidding.
Exactly. Here, let's just have a little look at it.
First of all, things are opaque, as is obvious, because we don't have a word of honesty from the United States government or from the Israeli government. Everything is propaganda, morning till night. Also, any statement by Donald Trump contradicts itself before the end of the sentence. So he's absolutely impossible to even understand on his own terms, much less on geopolitical terms. So the situation is very strange, very dangerous. I think probably the most dangerous moment in the world since World War II, probably even including the Cuban Missile Crisis. I say that with two psychologists. I'll say it. You're not responsible for me. Maybe you'll regret that you invited me, but I think Donald Trump is literally mentally ill to a very serious extent. He is from a personality point of view, a malignant narcissist, I think, is the right definition.
And this we all know. I mean, it's so clear, it's so obvious. And I'm not saying this to be like, it's so obvious, why is but I'm just chiming in, number one, because this isn't our video and the whole thing, so we'll make it transformative. But clearly the guy is a malignant narcissist. I mean, is there any doubt in anybody's mind who has any critical thinking skills whatsoever? I don't think so.
Or if you want a more classical diagnosis, dark triad personality, which means that he is personally narcissistic. He is Machiavellian, which means that in, I think, psychological.
Oh, where's Todd? He loves that word. Machiavellian. Todd, where are you at? Come on.
Think about this for a bit. In the last 10 years, have you ever seen the amount of, I'm just going to put it out like the way I see it, the abuse of elderly people in the political system?
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? Barbara Boxer or Dianne Feinstein? Were they like actually holding her up to cast her vote?
Yeah.
Biden definitely going down before he even won the election, really.
Yeah. And Sachs is going to bring that up. He's going to bring up Biden in this.
I'm finding this disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Including, and as much as I hate to do it, including towards the current president.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this to our old people?
I'm sorry, but 25th Amendment this guy already. Like, it's insane. Like, he is clearly the way the Republicans looked at Biden, and I'm not disagreeing with them. Biden was onset dementia was happening. It was very clear, especially in the end. They went so hard on it. They went so hard on it, which they had every right to do. But now it's crickets. It's crickets. And this is the problem: is if the midterms go blue, which they're likely going to, Trump is in trouble. He's not going to make it out of it. But the Republicans themselves should be doing this right now with him.
Hey, Laura, think about this. The same people who I see that are abusing the elders of Congress and the president are the same ones abusing us. They are the same people. They do not care.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry, I'm not trying to, smooth over Trump and what he has done. But we really need to put some kind of age limit on. I mean, think about this. You have age limits for cops when they have to forcibly retire. You have age limits on pilots. And these are all for public safety reasons. Why don't we have that for the president for world safety, let alone our own? But we don't. And these guys Biden to me got abused. And now with Trump, they're kind of lucky. Yeah, McConnell, there's another one, Turtle Boy. Trump, though, is lucky because he's such a narcissistic prick. It's easy to keep him in line there because he's their figurehead.
And it's easy to get what you want done around him so long as you appease him. He's not going to pay attention to what you're doing. So he's the perfect puppet to have there because it's like, just stroke him. Just stroke him while I do this, please. Just stroke him so he doesn't look, and I'm going to go do this. And they love it. It's the perfect way to get things done.
Yeah, useful idiot. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He thinks he's so great. He thinks he's all these things, but he's literally just being used by people who are much smarter than him. Much smarter than him.
And when he wants to be difficult and wants something really bad, all he does is grease somebody's palm.
Yeah. and they give it to him. I'll just okay. Shut him up. Shut him up. Shut him up. And you know, we shouldn't be surprised that this is where the America is right now, in the sense that all these people were, many of them who are old were voted in like decades and decades ago, and we're seeing the product of what happens when geriatrics get to keep their job till the end of time. Like, this is exactly what was going to happen, because there were no term limits, because this has been able to get to this point that you were just going to end up with a whole bunch of old people sitting there, entitled and with the power to do what they want, and they keep voting in, like, or at least nominating people that will think like them and be like them. And so every president is like some old, well, I guess Obama wasn't that old, but yeah, it's term limits.
Disgusting.
Do it. Yeah. Carte Blanche said Israel drone strikes in Gaza in 2024, killing Australian aid worker Zomi Francom and 6 others, and not pursuing criminal charges has caused great unease between Oz and Israel. Yep, you're not alone. There's a lot of people on that same same board with you. Yeah, you'd think.
Well, I mean, we can go all the way back to the USS Liberty, as far as Israel going, oops, my bad, when they've killed people.
Yeah, I mean, there's many different examples that paint all of the relationship in a different light when you look at those examples. And it's something I'd like to cover at some point. It's heavy, it's deep. There's a lot to like look into, we have
you definitely, you have a point, Muxter.
Yeah, that's true. The American voter isn't at,
but I'm talking. I'm sorry.
Fault. Yeah. No. I was just saying.
I'm talking age limit.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a position the American voter has put itself in, and money has helped.
Well, it does make it difficult that celebrity has taken over for experience. I won't say ethics, because we're talking about the U.S. political system here, but a game show host is president, and everybody flipped out when Reagan became president. Oh, we hired an actor. Oh, the same actor that was governor of California and who is the one who started the destruction and decline of higher education.
Yeah, totally. And I was just going to say, because of Cap's comment here, sometimes it requires voters to have common sense. I mean, keeping voters ignorant is exactly what different news media stations, it comes from both sides, keeping people ignorant of the facts and stuff. I'm not pointing just at Fox. I'll point at MSNBC. I'll point the finger across the board.
Hey, Oshin. Well, she should have been. I mean, I think Dick begs your knowledge of the entertainment industry. The reputation that the first lady had back in the day.
Yeah. Now, this is interesting from Oshin, because I understand exactly what he's saying, and of course, I would have rather. So I'm Canadian. I have no choice in the matter, but I would have loved to have seen that experiment take place, like Bernie become president. I'm saying that in the framework that exists, right? Like, there are no term limits, so Bernie could become president. I still think limits would be a good thing going forward, because Bernie's not going to be around forever, and it's there's probably somebody else that you can find like Bernie that's not ancient.
I I agree in Bernie's case, but he's kind of a rare breed.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those old guys that stays alive long enough to annoy you.
Yeah. Mandatory voting. Now here's I'm divided on this type of issue. I really believe that the freedom of choice matters. I just think that better education would make more people vote. How about that? I think there's rather than mandatory voting, I think just being able to inform the citizens of the country is going to make them want to participate, and then will cause more voting, like more outturn at the polls.
Yeah, because I am a habitual non-voter, and
Right.
it's my way to protest. You want my vote? Be the decent politician that you should be. So I use my right to not vote. I would like I'd like to see mandatory registration, but not mandatory voting.
Mm-hmm. And Muxer, we're talking about age limits, not term. Like that, you know.
This here, yeah, I agree with that because it's a leftover from the slaveholding days.
Yeah, it served a purpose. We've kind of talked about this before, but it served a purpose in the 19th century and before. It doesn't really serve the same purpose anymore.
Oh, Sheen, I love your advocacy. So, Mac, I haven't seen you in forever.
Our bad, my bad. If I was using the word term, sorry.
Yep, Doc Muxter is going to put the smack down on you.
Yeah, some people shouldn't vote. Well, I mean, if they're educated, they should. But I understand what you're saying.
Mac is educated. Mac, I miss you. When are you going to play again? I know I've been out of it. I've been so much here. The house, my husband's house that he's been trying to sell for 3.5 years now, finally went on the market, and now the closing keeps getting delayed. It's been delayed again. Oh, you're playing Classic again? Okay, good, because you disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I remember reading about this as well, GMK, that it wasn't supposed to be a forever thing. Just like taxes. Which is true.
Linda, yeah, you know what? When Bernie ran for president, this was funny because one of my uncles had asked me if there was anybody that you would want to run for president, who would it be? And I told them Bernie Sanders. And this was 2 years before Bernie actually ran. So when he ran, I was thrilled. I was absolutely thrilled. And then when I saw what happened to him by the DNC, oh man, so angry.
Yeah, it was totally, I mean,
yep, that's
unfair.
exactly how I am. I'll bitch about it.
Yeah. I was gonna say about Muxer's comment is because some people say if you don't vote, you can't bitch, and I'm like, no, that's not how democracy works at all. You don't have to vote, and you can still bitch.
And you can still bitch.
The wonderful thing about living in a democratic country like this, where you're not forced to. So, and that's my thing about mandatory voting. Like, why I just don't believe people should be forced to vote. I know they have mandatory voting in Australia. It seems to work. I think educating people would be the better route. Go ahead, Soy.
Oh, Sheen, yeah. So maybe not. I mean, because presidents do have to go through cognitive testing.
Mhm.
And we literally have one that brags about it. So they do, but there's got to be something.
But how do you trust the people delivering you the
Exactly.
results?
That's just it. The administration that Biden's in
Mhm.
is the one that was propping him up.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are abusing him. That's what I'm saying. The same people who are abusing us are also abusing our geriatric elected officials when maybe they don't have the strength or the cognitive ability to be able to say no. We don't here. Yeah, but here's the trick about Muxter. You don't actually know what he did.
No.
He is sneaky
He's
like
tricky.
that.
He's tricky
Yeah.
like that. Tricky dick kind of thing.
I was definitely angry enough to sit out even for a decade. I did not vote because I just flicked the finger to it because I was like,
Wow.
you're not putting anybody up worth my time.
That makes me so sad because, and I understand it, and I totally, it's your right to do it, and a whole thing. I support the right to not vote, but it to me it points at like the deeper problem of the mistrust of your government and whatnot, which I totally get, but that it's at that point where somebody sits out a decade and doesn't vote, and I, maybe it's just me being Canadian. Our system is different. I view what my government is different. There's such distrust from Americans and their government. It's so widespread that it just makes me sad because it has gotten to that point. And I understand why it's there. It really sucks to see because although there's distrust in Canada with, our government on certain levels and stuff, it's not as deep rooted as it seems to be in the United States. And I mean, we're lucky that we get the chance to vote. And like you've said many times, Double M, people who say like, "Oh, voting doesn't matter." I mean, if it didn't matter, they wouldn't spend as much
Right.
money as they do to get us to vote for them. So
But
it does matter.
there was I think it was Lawrence O'Donnell that he was assigned to report on I think it was the 2000 election.
Mhm.
One of the election cycles, he was following other Democrats. And he realized, and he even said this on national TV, which shocked the hell out of me. He said the only thing that they are afraid of is you not voting for them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And when he said that, it was like the light switch came on.
They want you
yeah,
to vote. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Muxter, I know he's an independent, but he caucuses with the Democrats so that he can be involved in the debates. And when he was caucusing in 2016 for the Democratic nomination, the DNC screwed him. Somebody who lifelong had sided with the majority of stuff Democrats did, and they rewarded his loyalty by screwing him. So after that, I didn't vote again.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely not going to vote for Trump or Biden. Definitely not voting for Hillary. And definitely not voting for Kamala. Where was that? There, what Laura said. Here's the thing. We don't know because Kamala is a corporatist, a huge one.
For me, it's the hard line though, is like, if neither side was going to really do anything about Gaza, okay. Like, but what was Kamala going to do about trans rights, let's just say, versus Donald Trump? I'm almost positive it wouldn't be the same thing. And maybe you don't care about trans, right? But they're human beings regardless.
Right.
The Trump administration has been horrible for those people. And that would have
Well,
been pressure that wasn't there for those people. But we could go on to a whole bunch of other issues where Kamala would not be doing what Trump is doing. And so if Gaza was the hard line, like, look, Gaza means a lot to me as well, but you have to look at the whole picture, the
But
whole
that's
big
just
picture, right?
that's just it. Just because I bring up one subject about Kamala
Mhm.
doesn't mean that she's not rotten in other areas. I only brought up one.
Oh, that's true. I
Because
totally
think
agree.
about her history of ignoring
Mhm.
her own judges in
Yeah.
California.
I still
She
don't
ignored
look.
them.
It's definitely a case of like voting for which one doesn't stink more. They both stink, but which one doesn't stink more? I'm almost positive we wouldn't be in the middle of this trade war if Kamala had been president of the United States.
I
and
do
Trump
agree
had-
with that.
You know what I mean? So there's just like bigger pictures a lot cross lines. I don't think like there's a whole bunch of things I don't think would be happening. The level of corruption that's
Oops.
taking place. And now I'm not saying there's no corruption, there's all kinds, right? But I think with Kamala, we would have the status quo corruption that we've had for decades and decades and decades before. It wouldn't be this unbelievable, like insane corruption that we're seeing under the Trump administration. But anyways,
Muxter, he joined them all the time. So just because after the election he went back to claiming being an independent
mhm.
doesn't mean that he had, no longer had anything to do with the Democrats, because he voted with the Democrats all the time.
Yeah, it's just like here in Canada where, because we have multiple parties, you have to have a majority government to rule. Sometimes you don't have that majority, but you can still rule so long as, say, the NDP is going to vote with you. You're going to be able to pass your stuff. I mean, in essence, that's kind of what Bernie is doing. He's like, I'm not a Democrat, but I'm going to use the Democrats to, and then vote with the Democrats when it's things that I believe follow the lines of what I believe, right? But for sure, the Democratic Party doesn't follow Bernie on, like, say, universal health care, whereas I believe if
Because
Bernie
they're
had the power,
corporatists.
if Bernie had the power, he would be on that road to a universal health care, which would not make him popular with the Democrats, which is why they keep him out whenever they can.
Why he was busing older people into Canada to get their prescriptions.
Yeah.
Here's another thing too. No, it's not voting for Trump. See, this is vote shaming, and I don't like this either. And this is what I do. It's so important to vote, even if only to avoid who you don't want. Well, if I don't want either of those people, I don't vote. I do look at the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see them as similar to each other, maybe in different ways, but they're still going to be bad, I'm not voting for them.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to say that I support the right of people to vote or to not vote, if that's what makes our system great. Would I rather you vote? Yes, I would. Would I rather you be educated on things? Yes, I would. But it's your right to not. And I'm not. Look, I don't know. It's just the way I feel. That's the way I feel about it. I would rather.
Muxter brought up a good one here, even though he's being cantankerous. I
Okay.
did write in Bernie for 2020.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
But then when he turned around talking about his friend Biden and all that, I was like, crap. Not this.
And I do agree with GMK. I think it does have an effect.
Yeah, and it has consequences, and so does voting for people that it's like to me, I look at it as a half-ass vote, voting for the lesser of two evils. Even those have consequences. So, pointing the finger at somebody else and blaming them because, your vote, you just voted Trump in. No, you did too. If that's the case, you did too. Because think about it. If the Democrats had put up a stronger candidate, and Kamala was not it, she did not get one vote in the entire caucusing early on in 2016. Why would you put up somebody who lost to everyone and think they're going to win? So,
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, with the Kamala thing, we kind of know why it was her. It was literally about the money. If it wasn't money, then they would have put somebody else up, but they really had no choice. And it's unfortunate. Once again, that's where money corrupts the whole system. Like, of course, they should have put somebody else up, but that person would have had to start a war chest from scratch, and there wasn't enough time. That's the thing. And whereas Biden's war chest was also Kamala's war chest, so they could use that. And there was so little time, they couldn't afford to not have that war chest. And she gets the automatic in.
Yeah, I have never seen in my lifetime anyway, I have never seen a party like the Democratic Party grabbing grabbing failure out of the jaws of victory. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have won. But the thing is, and this is why the Democratic Party does this, you guys. This is why I am not distracted by them and I am not sucked in by their propaganda. The one thing that none of these politicians want to lose is their power. That's why these parties, there's really no difference when it comes down to it. They don't want to lose their power. Democrats would rather lose to Trump, which is what they have done, than have Bernie get into office, because Bernie would have turned the Democratic Party around. He would have changed things, like Medicare for all and the prescription drug problem. He would have done what it took to make those not a problem anymore, which meant a whole lot of people, a whole lot of corporate donors would lose profits. So that's why I don't vote for, first of all, I usually, most, 99.8% of the time do not vote for Republicans. And I don't, just as much, I do not vote for corporate Democrats. Yeah, he would have turned him into that's not far off. Actually, he might have gone farther. But because everybody thinks that socialist stuff is communism, well, I can't say everybody, but the uneducated and Democrats didn't want to lose power, he did not win. Yep, exactly, Laura. He did not win. So, I am definitely looking at the big picture. And the big picture to me is we've got two parties. It's a uniparty. So they're parties in name only, and they're out to screw us. And until we eliminate these corporatists across the board, we're screwed.
It's literally corporations that are the ones controlling the politicians, right? Like, that's why, they don't just donate to one side, they donate to both, because they're like, they hedge their bets, right? Well, if he wins, then we still got an in. If he wins, we still got an in. And of course they do that. It makes sense to do that. And of course, people are going to run and stay in office as long as they possibly can because they love that money.
Look at what happened to AOC.
Yeah.
She was a progressive dream in the beginning. But
They
the
have other
moment
ways.
she said that Nancy Pelosi was Mama Bear, we
Mhm.
knew the jig was up.
Yeah.
Yep, right here,
Hmm.
right there. That's why I do not vote for.
This is my problem
Yeah.
with the Democrats, being a Canadian, like just from what I watch, is like they get power and they do nothing with it. They just they go, well, we've got to like,
Right there.
play nice and all this stuff,
Yes.
and it's just it's ridiculous. It's true. Both
If Democrats got rid of bad candidates like sex predators, then they would have done something about Jeffrey Epstein a long time ago. Don't forget that a lot of those Democrats were in office at the time that these FBI investigations and stuff were going on.
and totally, like, here's the thing: is you got to remember that these parties and the government are made of people, and as much as they become these like machines that seem like they run themselves, there's a lot of individual people involved, and not every single person is some like fucking imp from hell. Okay, like there are people with consciences and all of it there, and so I will say that overall the Democrats will root out some of the corruption, like people like Swalwell. It's a good example. As Swalwell, sorry,
Yeah, Swalwell.
Swalwell.
He deserved to. He deserved to be dumped.
And here's the thing: had it, here's what I'll say: Democrats will keep these people around so long as they're not exposed and they're still making money.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as they get exposed, even if they're making money, they're gonna go, because that's what they're not going to spend the time in trying to cover for the guy and his things. Whereas the Republicans seem to do the opposite. They're like deny, 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 and just keep the guy there. He's making money. It's all good. That tends to be the way it goes. If Swalwell hadn't been busted, if word hadn't come down the chain, up the chain, that he was going to be exposed and all of this was going to come out, he'd still be sitting there, in my opinion.
This one here, Linda, just because I'm against what's going on doesn't mean I'm sitting out. I am very busy politically.
Yeah, in your own way.
And that's the thing that makes it different. I just don't sit here at home and bitch about what's going on. I am actively involved. There was a gal running against the Republican representative here where I live. And what I did was I emailed her and told her exactly why I would not vote for her. See, this is the thing. You don't, it's not enough to tell these people you're not going to vote for them. You got to tell them why. And not only that, see, and this is the problem I have with people who just vote for the lesser of two evils. You're not telling them anything. And then when they don't deliver what you're hoping they will, you're not holding them accountable. I do. And I am vocal about it. I will call, I will email, I will go, like if they come into town, I will go to the town hall or gathering or whatever. I do those things because I am involved. You can't be educated about the system if you're not actively looking at it. So, yeah. Well, what? You're posing this as an all or nothing. Why? Why can't, it's like telling me if I don't vote I can't be involved. Well, that's not how it works here. Well, and that's what I'm doing. Before the election, I tell them why I won't vote for them. I want to see policy. I want to see other things. If they don't, and more than likely they're not gonna, they're not gonna listen to me anyway. But I'm letting them know this is what I want to see. This is what is good for the people of this area or this part of the country. The bad officials, I let them know too. Exactly, Kath. You can't see you can't see anything if you don't bother looking at it. That's why I'm not afraid to talk politics. I encourage people to learn and talk about politics. Because if you're not seeing unfortunately with politicians, you have to read between the lines of everything that they do. So if you're just gonna look at what they say and take it at face value, you're denying yourself probably 50 to 80% of what they're actually talking about. Oh yeah, I was definitely against Hillary. Clinton policies have done nothing but damage to poor people and damn it, what's the word? Marginalized people. Yeah, and unfortunately I saw Kamala in a similar light.
Well, it's what I like to see is that you can see the different sides of the argument here in our own chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own opinions on it, and that's great. And I'm glad that we can talk about it, and nobody has to demonize the other side, because that's where things go wrong. Is when you start.
Nobody's getting banned.
Yeah, like you're not going to be banned. Nobody's demonized. It's okay. Like we have different opinions, and that's good. And stick to your opinion. Be educated about your opinion, and that is forming and living in democracy.
Well, yeah. It's just like the people who think we shouldn't be allowed to protest. Protest is a very American thing.
Oh, for sure.
Here you go. Winner right here.
There you go. Yeah. Dickbag comes in and just
It,
completely goes against the grain.
I don't. Thanks, Mugger. Laura, I don't know how old you are. I'm a boomer, but I could say the same thing about the moment that Reagan was elected. I think we've been decades behind since Reagan was president.
Yeah, I mean, every election has its consequences, and you can see some have more consequences than others. It's so much easier to destroy, like pull down, tear down things than it is to build things. And when you have presidents like Trump and like, W and I mean, they all do it in their own way, but it seems like Republican presidents really love to tear some shit down. I have to give Nixon kudos because he created the EPA. Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
It's like there was still some sense of some humanist in the minds of Republicans at that time. But Reagan seems to really be the moment where the shift happened.
Yeah, it was in my lifetime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Policy wise, yeah, Gore was the best, but his milk toast persona and the way he talked, it just wasn't getting it wasn't getting across to people.
No,
and mathematically, he wouldn't have won, sadly enough. Although Actually, new information has come out about that. I forgot. If you look at Amanda's Mild Takes, she did a short or did a video on the math from the 2000 election, and Gore might have won. I haven't looked into that deeply yet, but she's pretty good on the information. So I do recommend watching that video.
Yeah, I didn't quite get Tipper Gore. She was kind of a pain in the ass, right?
Oh, she drove me nuts with her censorship bullshit.
It's like, you're not elected. Sit down. Just shut up. Who are you, lady? It's like, literally, like, just because your husband's like vice president, you think you got all this power? Like, be quiet.
The jelly
because
beans.
you're a woman.
Mugger, remind me of that. There's something about the jelly beans. I forgot about that. But it's not clicking.
He liked the red jelly beans. Those were his favorites. Right? He wanted only the red jelly beans. Which, of course, who doesn't just want red jelly beans?
I saw a meme. I should have sent it to you. It said something about, remember when Sarah Palin was the craziest woman in politics, and then it was like, man, the good old days.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm Sarah Palin. Hello, eh? Practically Canadian, eh?
I could see Russia from my backyard. And she did not say that, but I like laughing about it. His head was full of...
His head was full of jelly beans.
Is he gonna... Oh, please, no. I do not like it when Trump gets around kids, because he turns it into himself like he always does. Yeah. It's one thing when it's adults, but when it's the little kids, and hopefully he won't lose his bowels when he's visiting those children, because they will be bad, so bad.
I wasn't surprised that Gore lost. I knew Bush was going
not.
to be president before he was even nominated.
I wanted Gore, but I knew he was going to lose.
I was living in Ottawa. I was obviously younger. And I opened up the paper one day, and it was like the main political section in the paper. And right on the main part of that section, they had this big story about George W. Bush. Obviously, at the time, he was the governor of Texas. And it was just like, expose, who is George W. Bush type thing. And he was just the governor of Texas. And I'm in Ottawa. And he hadn't been nominated yet. It was still a couple years away until the election. And I remember sitting there, and my dad was around, and I was just like, this guy's going to be the next president of the United States. And my dad didn't pay attention to me or whatever. And I was just like, no. Like, it's like, he's the son of an ex-president. Why are they doing this expose in the Ottawa Citizen? The capital of Canada. Why are they putting the governor of Texas as a main, like, who cares about the governor of Texas? And I'm like, well, he's a Bush. In my head, I'm like, he's a Bush. I'm like, this guy's going to be president. Like, they're going to run this guy. Lo and behold, they run him. He becomes the president, and the rest is history.
Hold on, I gotta get that, because Laura's bringing up something good. It wasn't just the hanging chads. Let me find that video. That's what I was saying. They dug up some more stuff on this, and I was very very surprised to learn that I'll see if I can find it while you guys
okay, and if you don't find it, we can keep looking for it, and I'm totally willing to cover it next week or whatever. But if you find it, let me know here.
Yep.
let's watch a little bit more of this video.
Okay.
Let's just get back into it. Just was it about Trump, if you forget.
Terms that is manipulative, untrustworthy, deceitful, and he is psychopathic, meaning that there is no empathy for how many people he kills or how much damage is done. The malignant narcissist definition adds paranoia and confabulation to this list. So I personally think we're dealing with a psychologically deeply debilitated individual who happens to have a lot of power. And according to one psychologist I was listening to yesterday that I thought made a lot of sense, there's an element of frontotemporal dementia added to this that you see through the incoherence of the sentences, the drift of thought, and even the confusion of words, so that the words don't even end as they begin. There's a lot of what was the definition? I'm missing the technical definition. Sorry, maybe it'll come back to me. But in any event, there's real signs of dementia on top of what is a lifetime of anti-personality disorder. A man like this should not be president. This is the most basic point. He is president because of much deeper problems in the American political system. So he is a symptom as well as a cause. You don't elect a person like this in a healthy political system. The American political system is deeply corrupted. The ability of a man like this to have the power that he does to order a war is a profoundly broken political order. It has nothing to do with our constitutional system, where only Congress has the ability to declare war. We're so pathetic right now in our politics that the only thing Congress does is vote repeatedly that they don't want to have anything to do with overseeing this war. It's not a choice that they have under the Constitution. It's a complete abnegation of responsibility. How can the Senate say now in 3 votes, don't ask us, it's none of our business, that's just Mr. Trump's business? That's exactly what the US Senate has said. So I think that there are very particular circumstances right now. My own feeling is that Trump has actually, again, now I'm completely amateur psychologist, but he seems to have deteriorated and lost any kind of self-control in the last 3 or 4 months. So there's a degree of impulsivity which is absolutely beyond anything that I've seen before. By the way, this is the second time in a row that we have had a president suffering from dementia. And what's interesting also is that with Biden, who was had dementia for the last 2 years, at least, of his administration, it was all covered up until he stood there gaping in front of a camera, drooling to all of the American people watching in a debate, and no one could hide it on camera. My country's pathetic, right?
Well, so there you go. I mean, he brings up the Biden thing, which he should do, and it paints a picture that goes beyond Trump. This happened already, right? A president who is clearly unable to serve as president, having all of it covered up because it's all about power. It's all about money, and nobody wants to have to deal with the fallout outcome of what you have to do to invoke the 25th Amendment and all of that. So they put up with it. We'll maintain status quo. We can keep this going. And the same thing's happening with Trump, except he is a hell of a lot more dangerous than Biden was.
Yeah.
So You know, it's you're the fact that you're seeing it twice, one administration right after another, is pretty insane when you think about it, right? Like it's literally the same thing playing out one after another. And it's a very serious thing. It's about a man with all the power of of the United States, um, unfit to serve, literally unable to make right decisions. Scary shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Laura says, difference in my opinion, Biden surrounded himself with competent people, not just scripters. Well, that is a piece of the puzzle for sure. I mean, it was just a different group of individuals with maybe more of a incentive to be somewhat public servants compared to the people that Trump surrounds himself with, for sure. This is Trump's administration is definitely a hearkening back to the robber barons of the 30s. It looks identical to the same, to what happened then, and that's because the system was already collapsing under his first administration, and then the Biden administration was just a kind of like, I don't know, a veil over top of everything that had already happened. And then this second term of his is, let's just finish the job.
Now, in the political system, it's a show, it's PR, anything can get said. There's no planning, there's no systematic review, there are no checks and balances.
Yeah, this was the big issue I had with the whole Biden thing, is that as soon as the next election came up, and then he's like, we're gonna run him, he's gonna run, and then went as long as he did, and then dropped out at the last minute, like unbelievably hurt not just the Democratic Party but the country, because Trump could have been beaten if he had from the outset said, I'm not running for a second term. He could have been beaten, but unfortunately that didn't play out the way it could have.
No.
There's nothing. And this was true with Biden, but it's much worse with Trump. Biden was not a nice person. I've known him for about 30 years. He never was a nice person, but he was not like Trump with a deeply antisocial personality disorder. And so I just want to say we're dealing with psychology here in the most individual sense. This is denied every moment of public discourse. It's just amazing. Take what happened in the...
That's what I'm saying, Laura. Like, he should have it's like, you don't have to go for another term. Dude, you can't. They knew he couldn't, but whoever was in control, him, whatever, it's stupid. So stupid. It was all just a waste.
last 3 days. First, the president said, I'm going to blow up everything. I'm going to kill all of you. That's normal. Then you have the commentators. Oh, will he kill everybody? Well, that's an interesting question. Not, are we in the hands of a madman? Nothing like that. Not one commentary says, that's a little strange for the president of the United States to be talking like that. Like Adolf Hitler. No.
Is that a rhetorical question, Kat? Because as an outsider, yes, absolutely. The world knew. It was like, oh, snap. Like, this is not going to end well. This is not going to be good. I know there was talk. There was, obviously people in the U.S. saying the same things, but as an outsider, the world knew this was not going to be good. And a lot of people here seem to think the same thing.
I found that video.
Okay.
But how do you get something out of a playlist, or
Um,
do I just
Well, just share it to me on Discord.
okay.
Just give me the share, like the link, and I'll.
This video is titled "Remember when the Supreme Court stole an election?" I found it. This is a thing that she is doing. Amanda's Mild Takes is doing. Called Executive Dysfunction. And these are educational videos. And this was when I found all the new information about that election cycle. It was
Okay, yeah, here we go.
pretty
It's,
cool.
okay, it's 30 minutes. You want to cover this next week? Like actually
Yeah,
go over it?
yeah, we can
Okay.
talk about that next week, or we
Yeah.
can just post it here and people can watch it too.
Well,
But
let's.
it definitely changed my mind about that election. I mean, I did want Gore and I voted Gore, but I knew he wasn't going to win. And then now to know how crooked that was. Yeah. Nope, no
There you go.
homework.
No homework.
She's real educational. So, or entertaining. At least entertaining to me.
Well, I'm gonna check it out just because I want to see what you're talking about. I know, like, I agree with the title. Remember when the Supreme Court stole an election? I fully
Yes.
agree with that title. Interesting. Check it out.
I want to answer a question that Kath posed up here about that you already highlighted.
Yeah.
I did. And here's the reason why. When he was first elected, I told everybody, don't worry about Trump right now.
Yeah.
Why? I said, because he's going to be spending 4 years learning what the Constitution is. And I even said back then, our problem is if he loses to somebody and then runs again and wins, because in that 4 years, he's going to learn how to get around it. And that's exactly what he's doing now.
It's like the first term was a trial run. And then they were like, if we can get through the first term and get a second, then we're good to go. And he didn't get his second right away, but ultimately he got it again.
Exactly. It does not matter now. Remember all the freak out that the Republicans had when 2 consenting adults had oral in the White House. Yeah, I'm talking about Clinton and the utter insanity over it. Those were 2 consenting adults. Okay, so he lied. Yeah, at least he didn't lie about something else.
Yeah.
But this guy, yeah.
And if Dick Bag was here, and if Dick Bag was here, he would tell you he absolutely knew that it was going to be Bag because he had been studying Trump for quite a while.
Yeah. Thank you, Cart. I hope so too. I try and pass on things I learn. Obviously, I'm giving my opinion too. I'm not afraid to state it's my opinion. I'm also not afraid to say it could be wrong to a whole lot of other people. This is the way I see it, and I'm not going to trash other people for their opinions. If I don't agree with something, I don't agree with it. I mean, that's just the way it is. What I hope.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm always interrupting. No, I'm always interrupting.
Me too. We both do it. It's the interwebs, right? What I do hope to do is I want education to flourish on this channel. Especially political education. It is so important. Because everything we do is affected by politics. And I feel really sorry for people who check out or they claim they ignore politics, but they sure throw a fit when it happens to get in the way of something they want to do. Or they become so polarized that they see one thing but completely ignore everything else. And the one thing they see, it doesn't, it's could be even dangerous because they're not looking at the whole thing. And like somebody said, you got to see the whole picture. And I do my very best to do that because in all, I want to be objective. And if somebody throws at me stuff that says that I'm, I think you're wrong, look at this. I will go look at it. There's like, I even, there are conservatives that I watch on YouTube because they are objective conservatives.
Mhm.
So I don't hate them like
Yeah.
I do fundamentalist conservatives.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than when people accept something from their side, but then reject it from the other side because
Yeah.
it's the other side, and you know what I mean. Like it's like one politician from the other side does something, and it's like tear him down. But then when their own does it, it's like, oh no, this is like I'm going to ignore it. That
There's
pisses
a
me off.
whole lot of that going on right now.
Oh, for sure. And that's where, like talking about Swalwell and the Democrats, like at least the Democrats do go to the point where they do reject those people and get rid of them when it's exposed, right? Whereas the Republicans don't do that.
Me too, Dick Bag.
There you go, Dick Bag, right?
Hey, learning
Even
channel.
even Dick Bag can learn here.
Yeah, and that's why I know it's fun to talk about and kind of laugh and everything, like the whole Todd Directy and all that. I don't have time to watch stuff like that because I'm so busy. The GOP does double down a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Can't deny that.
They sorry to interrupt you, but the reason why GOP does that type of thing is because they have this misconstrued idea of loyalty.
I'm
It's a part of
agree with that.
it's loyalty at all costs, right? Which means they'll support the pedophile president. They'll support the criminal politician or the whatever, you know what I mean? Because it's loyal. If you're unloyal, then that means you'll be unloyal about everything rather than principles,
Okay, now here's a good thing when you say, look at everything, right? And my habit to not vote if anybody is not worth it. I am not a Christian. To me, there is no love like Christian hate. I would vote for Tallarico.
Mm-hmm.
I like that guy.
He's a sensible human being. That's why.
And you know what he does too? He's almost like Mr. Rogers. He does not use his religion. Now he says, he does talk about his religion, but he
Because
doesn't
people ask him
use
questions.
it as a tool. And that's why I like him. The other person I've been keeping an eye on that I really like so far is damn it, his name just escaped me. The dude in Georgia.
Oh, I'm not
the one that Ossoff.
Oh, Ossoff. Yeah, right. Oh my
now,
God.
Those two I'm interested in. Yes, Dick Bag, I agree with that too. Yeah, Tallarico and Ossoff I've definitely been watching. The hard part for me is that I was definitely behind fucking Uncle Fester for a long time, especially when he was mayor of that little town outside of Pittsburgh. I really liked him. I was totally for that guy running, and now look what happened to him.
Yeah, I know.
So he got turned by the machine.
Yeah, and his his own internal religious beliefs, basically.
You know what part of it? Yeah, Fetterman. And to be fair to all of these people, he pulled the Finkel, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair to a lot of these people, one of the most important things in getting a congressional seat is getting on committees, because committees is where the That's where the
Mhm.
excitement happens, okay?
Mhm.
So, in order to get on these committees, sometimes you got to kiss a little ass.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful, but somewhere they got to turn it. And you see a lot of these people who were big progressives going in, but then after a while, I mean, look at perfect example, Hakeem Jeffries. What a turncoat.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that guy just, so these people go in, I'm a progressive, they get elected as a progressive, and what do? Turn into
Flip.
corporate Democrats. I'll give you
Yep.
another perfect example. And I can't remember her name now, but her nickname at the time was the grandma in running shoes in Washington State.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ran. She's still in office. She ran touting all these things that now would be considered progressive. And boy, did she turn corporate. When Bernie put in legislation, yeah, exactly. When Bernie put up legislation for the prescription drug prices and to get more negotiating, she would not co-sign it. She said it was a dangerous thing to get drugs from Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and a lot of the corporate Democrats are like that. That's why I won't vote for them. Because everything that's good for us is something that they end up voting against.
Yeah.
And then they use the same, they trot out the same excuses every time. That we've got to even though that 70 to 90% of the people want it, they're not going to do it. And that just really drives me crazy.
Yep. It's it seems to be the way it goes. It's like we've said, that as soon as they get in there, they want to get on some committee, they want to get in some place, they want some favorable something or other, and it means they've got to break their principles on something.
I think he did get it.
Really? Oh, buying the Lakers? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I just heard something about that. What's his face? The Disney dude.
Oh, Eisner.
Yeah. No, not Eisner.
Or not
Bob Iger.
Iger, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody of his. He was approved, not sure if it went through. Yeah. Yeah, Disney. Well, he's not with Disney anymore, but yeah.
Well, don't forget, Obamacare got destroyed. Several of the good parts about it were cut out. It was the only way to get it passed. And the reason why I don't like Pelosi is because during Trump's first term, all that time she spent, ripping up the script and talking about the mental instability of Trump. Her voting record shows otherwise, and that's why I don't like her. Because a lot of the stuff that Trump got is because she voted for it.
Yeah.
See, that's how far deeply I go and look at the big picture. I look at those elected officials' voting records.
Yeah, it can be interesting for sure when you see what they're voting for.
That's when you find out how crooked people are.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to put the link to this video if you want to continue watching it. Because we're almost done it, but I want to move on to memes and then we'll probably shut it down.
They record most votes, Lola, not all of them.
We're about 7 minutes in on this video, so if you did want to go look at it, watch it again, you could go to the 7-minute mark and you'll catch up to where we were. There's the link to it right there. I'm going to remove that, put that like that. And we're going to look at some memes.
Go out on a good note.
Yeah, a little laugh a little bit, get off some of this Trump stuff. I mean, there's probably some Trump memes here, but
One more comment real quick. There needs to be more of that, Laura. Absolutely. There needs to be more. I'm tired of this all or nothing fights that keep going on and then we get nothing.
yeah, totally. And it doesn't have to be the last comment.
Well, we'll still comment on the memes, but
I know.
let's lighten the mood.
Okay, meme folder. Here's the meme folder. In no particular order, even though you gave them to me in an order, they just didn't land like that in my
Oh, I
folder.
didn't. No, I have no order on them.
Okay. In no particular order. This one's good. I like it. Funny how Dr. Oz being Muslim never bothered anyone, but Zohran Mandani and Abdul Al-Sayed being Muslim is suddenly a huge fucking problem. Seriously. Yeah, it's a big problem. Well, one guy was endorsed by Oprah. The other two were not.
Good point.
Yeah, the one guy got a show from an evil witch, and the other two did not. So that's the way that works out. And we got this one here. Without us, you'd still be worshiping the sun. Dude, the sun is real.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah, for sure. Not wrong. Not wrong there, sir. The sun is real. You can actually point at it. You can actually feel it. You can actually measure it. It's a very real thing. And what do we got next here? Next, we got this one here. Canada's Arctic port is owned by 41 Indigenous and Northern communities, including 29 First Nations. Well, this is a informative meme that Double M's wanted us to check out, which is pretty cool. Yeah, First Nations do get a stake in a lot of infrastructure projects that happen in Canada because we tend to need the land that they have treaty ownership over. And we kind of try to honor those treaties nowadays. There's times when we didn't, for sure. But nowadays, yeah, we honor the rights to the land that they have. Okay, what's this one here? We've got another one here. We got another one. Canada's ship color scheme is so much better than America's. Is it? Really? It's red and white. Just no blue. No blue. Reminder, for anyone confused, your political views are more than opinions. They're a reflection of your values, your empathy, and the way you see humanity. Very true. Very true. Double M's is teaching us here and lecturing us a little bit too. What's this one? You like that one, Cart? Well, it is pretty good. It's very true. You've got some motherfucker who's made over $251 billion being a United States citizen that got here and stayed here illegally before he got his citizenship, sitting here lecturing us on who we should allow into the U.S. Hunter Biden on Elon Musk.
You know what's interesting? I love how Hunter Biden, what a comeback story.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst possible crap you could do to yourself. And now he's like a moral opinion.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is he not going to be president of the United States one day?
Hunter, I
Oh, you can't give me a when you have Donald Trump as president of the United States, and
oh yes, I can.
you've had nepotism like George W. Bush and who's the other son? Wasn't there another family member president?
I heard about that, Laura. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, did he own him? Good. Well, it's not hard to
Okay,
own Mara
We
anymore.
got a little Blues Brothers going on here.
God.
But I like it. I am glad, and I hope he is doing so much better. I would not want him for president.
Shouldn't, no, for sure. But it's America, so anything
Well,
can happen.
and it's not because, oh man, he was smoking crack and all that kind of stuff. To me, it's the pressure
Mm-hmm.
of yeah, exactly, GMK. It's the pressure that, and he knows because he was there. He has an idea. But, you know, he caved under that pressure of his dad being president.
George W. Bush's dad was president, but George W. Bush was also a cokehead and an alcoholic. And then he still became president. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's, you know, and then like had Hillary won, you would have had like the second nepotism sort of thing in the modern era happen. It didn't happen. So you didn't get two Clintons, but two Bidens. I mean, come on, America. You can do it. You can do it.
Well, I think when Bo died, it crushed both of them.
Mhm.
And I think it affected both of them very deeply to the point that, you know, it just fell apart for them.
Yeah. What about Corn Pop though?
Corn Pop?
Corn Pop.
I don't know who
Corn
that.
Pop. Oh, Biden talked about a childhood friend or whatever. Corn Pop was a black guy. Does everybody remember Corn Pop?
I don't. No,
I'm not
don't know
joking.
anything.
Biden brought
I
up
don't
this,
know anything about that.
I'll
Biden brought
find
up
it.
a lot of things.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure somebody here remembers. There's memes and stuff about it too. Corn Pop. He was talking about a black guy, a black kid he knew when he was growing up, and I guess his name was Corn Pop.
You know, in principle, GMK, I agree with that, but I would definitely not. I mean, Trump can't, for one. But I wouldn't want Obama to run either, because don't forget how many wars he got us into. And is definitely an anti-war person.
I'll admit it, as an outsider, like Obama was enjoyable. We enjoyed him.
Well, yeah, he was a good statesman.
Yeah.
Not so much good for a lot of people in this country because he was also a corporatist. And also while he was president, the subprime mortgage thing, he bailed out all those banks, but not all the people who lost their homes.
Oh, totally. He was full on in the pockets of the corporatists and still is.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, for sure.
I did not vote for him. I was glad he won, but I did not vote for him.
The military industrial complex loved him.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm. He was using the toys, and yeah, for sure.
I mean, the reason why I was glad he won in part because I knew how many racists it was going to piss off, and I definitely loved that part of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was great. Love pissing off a racist, I tell you.
Doesn't hurt me in the least. I love this one.
What MAGA expected, what MAGA got. This is
true. Well, actually, all of us got that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. People knew what they were going to get from Trump if they weren't MAGA, and MAGA thought it was going to be the other way around. And ultimately, this is what they got, and they were told so.
Yep. Did you tell that one that I stole from Mugger?
I'm not. I still got more here, so I'm not sure. It might be this one.
No, that's not the one. It's
Okay. Well.
the old newspaper looking one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Crazy how trains take 37 years of committees, but a million flock cameras and data centers can go up in a month, right?
Yeah,
Seriously.
that drives me nuts too. As uh a supporter of the Iron Horse, I know that goes against my old Plains Indian persona I'm
No,
supposed to
I
have
get it.
as
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, how is it that this could happen?
Well, one makes money and the other one costs money.
True.
Yep.
But the one that costs money this fall, my husband and I are going to be taking a train ride.
Well, it makes money, but in the long term, and not for the people who want it in their pockets right away. Like transportation, allowing people to move freely to places where they can work and everything and get there quicker and more efficiently helps the economy in the long run. Places like Europe understand this. Places like Japan understand this because
Mm-hmm.
they, especially Japan, because they need to move people and quickly and efficiently, because they have so many of them in such a small place. But Europe understands it. That's why the train systems and stuff are all modernized and great there. You can get anywhere in Europe via train, to work or whatever you need to do. But yeah, they America's learning the hard way. You'd think they would know. I mean, being sort of at the forefront of the Iron Horse. But yeah, once it served its purpose, it's like that was that. Next one, the newspaper looking one. You
Wow,
mean
time
this?
flies. It's Lola's birthday again. Oh wait, or is that on Mondays?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's Monday, so it's an early happy birthday to Lola.
This is the one. That's the one I stole from Mugger.
The news is just rich people paying rich people to tell poor people to blame each other. Exactly. Story is old as time.
Yep.
Yep. And I think we got a couple more here. Yeah, we do. Got this one here. Anyone who thinks that the Bible has something to do with the Constitution has never read either document. True. Nowhere in the Constitution does it reference God or anything like that. And nowhere in the Bible does America exist.
But somehow, yeah.
The religious can do funny things with stuff like that. They can make anything connect. And we got one more, and it's sort of on the Canadian side of things. It is an Alberta judge has shot down Kevin O'Leary's bid to throw out a First Nations legal challenge aimed at water permits issued for an AI data center. The proposed development has been billed as the world's largest AI data center. Sturgeon Lake Chief Sheldon Sunshine said, O'Leary's data center here in Alberta is mind-boggling. Is a mind-boggling massive project which the province has been shepherding through their regulatory system using the municipality to evade their duties to us. There's no environmental assessment and next to no consultation with our nation. I think we all agree that O'Leary can shove his data center, and that Canadian politicians need to speak up more against them. Well, I absolutely agree. I also think First Nations. I'm sure Dennis Leary. I'm sure. I'm sure Kevin O'Leary has, the ears of politicians in Alberta, and I'm sure they were probably trying to help him get it through to some degree. But I think I spoke about it before. Mark Zuckerberg and Meta have been approved. We are getting a data center here in Alberta being built by Meta and Zuckerberg. And their process went through no problem. I'm not sure we've ever really seen the full assessment. I say that like not sure in that I haven't looked into it, so I don't know what's out there on it. I have a hard time believing that he was held to the standards as the assessment that took place in Olds. A company wanted to build a data center there. I forget which company, but was going to be a data center, sorry, the size of like Manhattan or some shit like that. It was really big. I keep hearing this Manhattan thing about data centers. They're going to make them bigger, like the size of islands and the whole thing. Anyways, whatever. The assessment was not approved for this one because they hadn't done the environmental stuff and everything properly. And I just feel like, I don't know for sure, this is just my speculation, but I feel like the government has made a deal with Meta and they're trying their best to keep other data centers out of Alberta. Ultimately, I want them all out because Alberta is just not the place for it. We have a lot of space, but we have no water here. And I'd rather they not use our water resources for data centers. So that's my opinion on it.
It's a good opinion. And also, too, I want to throw in that, you know, just beyond data centers, when it comes to water, when an Indian nation is speaking about protecting something, they're not just talking about protecting it on their reservation. They're talking about protecting the people downline from it too.
And not just for one generation, for the future.
For the future, yeah, because it's a common belief in Indian country that we borrow the land and its resources from our descendants. So, like, you know, in the Dakotas when they were protesting the XL pipeline, and others, and all of that crap happened on the damn it, I forgot the name of the reservation now, and I should know it because I know people there.
Yeah, I forget too.
But
yeah.
you know, yeah, the river that they were on is a tributary that eventually empties into the Mississippi. And they knew that. So it wasn't just to protect it there at the reservation. They knew that millions of people depend on the waterways going down to the Mississippi Delta. And, you know, people think, it's just Indians on the warpath and stuff like that. No, it's not. It's people trying to protect you too.
Yep. Their way of life and protect just the environment. I mean, that's what they care about, and that's what they're...
Standing Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Standing Rock Reservation.
Oh, there you go. Right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, it's complicated, right? It's so complicated. It's not really, but it is only because money. That's the thing. As George Carlin says it, money and God are main fucking problems in this world. So and that's about all I have for right now. I'm kind of feeling a bit peckish.
You are?
Yeah. Feel like I'm gonna have to get some dinner in me. We are gonna whether you go over or not, it's up to you. I'll get that
link. I have the link.
Oh, you do? We'll throw it in there. Throw it in there. Get her in there.
My what I do after the show in Gabon is I watch Due Dissidents. And it's two Jewish guys, one practicing, one not. And they're kind of the center, well, I won't say like center, but the Keaton is crap. What's the word? Keaton's more libertarian.
Okay, yeah.
Russ is more liberal. And there's definitely an age gap in between them. I'm older than both of them. But they've really got a line on being objective for the most part. You know, they do fall into a little polarization, but the nice part is I bust their balls and they think it's funny. So
There you go.
I do recommend them for some light viewing. But they also do both of them have a theater background, which is also cool.
Oh, yeah,
But
right.
they
One of them's a bass player too. So kudos to him.
yeah, I was surprised to find that out.
Mhm.
But I like they're getting bigger interviews now.
Mhm.
So that's also cool.
Very
And
cool.
that's where I'll be going after I'm done here.
Well, there you go. I thank you everybody that came out to
Oh,
watch. I had
If
go
you
ahead.
do watch, if you don't mind saying that Ugly Old Brad sent you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Let them know that we sent you if you do go to watch, because it's good for us, scratch our back a little bit, right?
Yeah, because they've actually kind of promoted the channel a little bit. I don't expect a whole lot because these people are
Yeah,
kind of intellectual. So I struggle
yeah.
to
What
keep
are
up
you saying,
sometimes.
Double M's? Are you saying I'm not intellectual? Oh my God, I'm so offended. I'm done with this show.
They're not like us.
Okay. Oh, she knows. He knows. She's
Oh,
into it.
awesome.
There you go. Oh, I was gonna say, Cart, I saw your video that you posted in Discord there. I'm gonna check it out, and maybe I'll cover it next week. I'll have a little look. I like what it seems to be about, so I'll have a little
Thank
look.
you, Linda.
Okay, you all have a great weekend. I hope I'll be back next Sunday. I wish you all an Indian summer. Is that wrong? Should I not do that?
You racist. Ah!
And yeah, we'll see you next week. And I'll be back as Spider Dog in, I guess, 2 weeks at this point. But I'll see you next Sunday.
Yep. Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Blib, 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 blib. Talking about the current topic. As you can tell by this show, I'm not good at it. Where's that money coming from? Nobody asked that. But I wanted to bring up something first. Ding, ding, ding. This is why we can't have nice things. It's really important to know what's going on. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that. I am a believer of the Rebel Alliance. Here's another distraction for you. This is definitely a shit show. And it's a good question who's running. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. You want it all, but you can't have it. Yes! Wow! Look at that.